What's up, everybody? We back. Quantum, what's up? Quantum already, Quantum already in the live stream. What's up? Thank you, Sarah. I was going to take the day off, but things happen. Things happen. You try to get away, they pull you back in. So we are back. We're not going to stream very long, though. This sport is pretty crazy, man. Make sure audio's good. This sport is pretty crazy. Okay, audio's good. Yeah, I was supposed to take the day off. Thank you, everybody. But we're back for a little bit. I try to take one day off. I usually take the weekend off, and then, man, so much stuff will hit me. So we got some more stuff out here. We were gonna let me plead the fifth real fast. I was about to tell on myself, plead the fifth. Yeah, I've got too much going on in this sport, so unfortunately, I got to be back on for a little bit. They got me back on over here. I don't see the chat not popping up though. Let me see. Let's see if we can refresh that. I don't see the chat on here. Let's see. Y'all are going to make me quit. Okay, there we go. Go back to bar fighting. Sarah, you wild. You wild. Anyway, we got a lot going on, so we've been pretty negative over here lately, but usually we're pretty positive. Except for like this last week, we have not been positive. A lot going on, a lot of stories. Again, I'm not going to stream too long today, but let me jump around real fast, see what's going on. Guys, make sure you're sponsoring the Maryland live stream. That thing not looking too good. The Maryland live stream is not looking good. But let's see what's going on. We got best dressed Mr. Kyle Chambers. PGF is coming out.
What up, guys? Kyle Chambers here at the PGF Draft. Really excited to see who picks me for the team.
Miss Heather Gracie put out a bounty for best dressed, and she left it to Chris Olivo and herself to be the judges. Who you got?
Kyle Chambers.
To the fashionable Kyle Chambers. How you feeling?
Fantastic.
He
I wasn't, what did it say, Nate Diaz? It was like, I'm not surprised, I'm not going to finish the last, but, we came to impress, and I think we got the job done.
I feel like even if there wasn't the money on the line, you would have been showing out.
Absolutely. It's just part of my personality. Either way, we already know we had the same season. We just dressed to always impress. So, yes.
Well, Chris, do the honors. This is the first money bag of the season. We're going to be dressing to impress all season.
Yes, sir. You already know, Pastor. That's what we do.
Now, Kyle, you need to make sure you're training too, man. Don't be dressing up and not training. If you guys are following PGF, I'm too busy, but you guys follow it for me. Let me know what's going on PGF. We do got some Fightsports. Fightsports always got something rumbling around. I think we've mentioned it very briefly, but it seems like all this stuff is coming back up, even though it's been a while. It's at the Fightsports cover up. So Maggie, who was Cyborg's ex a couple years ago, she came out with a post that we read. And we're not going to go back over that. People always jump on the live stream. What happened back to so-and-so? And I'm like, bro, you go back and read that. But it was a cover-up, a scandal that rocks the jiu-jitsu world. So, I wasn't live streaming back then, but the story got around. But, in this sport, you guys forget. You guys forgive. And then nothing happens to these guys. These guys, millions of dollars, nothing happened to them. Movie roles and millions of dollars and humongous schools, and nothing ever happens to these people. See, look, multi-million-dollar facility. He says June 2026, streaming details soon. What's happening in 2026? What's going on in June 2026? I'm out the loop. Somebody tell me. He said he's streaming details. Train Angry people said they want to see your face, bro. Was there anything else going on over there? says environments of terror, multiple allegations, and witness intimidation. Is that with Cyborg? Yeah. Okay. You ain't Dusty, are you? Are you Dusty? Is that ain't Dusty, is it? Is that my boy Dusty? Dust2669, is that Dusty? We might get into it. No, okay. Well, like I said, you do? Okay, well, you got to educate yourself too. You got Google. You got a cell phone. He said, I'm new here. Well, welcome. Well, you know what you do? You Google like everybody else. Excuse me. He said he new here. We got a lot of new people. Yeah, same old intimidation, witness intimidation, allegations. Yeah, seems to be normal. Train Angry says, if you see something, say something. We must stand and fight this together. We will no longer allow this plague to consume the innocent. And keep your eyes open. He stole that from me. People don't talk. Well, listen, people. Why'd you just say that? Did he cover something up and then people don't talk about Cyborg stuff? You seem like you know everything. Well, I blame the jiu-jitsu community. You guys allow all this to happen. And I get attacked more than those guys. They be attacking me for reading. Oh, I read a post. They be attacking me on here. Yeah, keep your eyes open. I think training Angry stole that from me because I'm the one that said keep your eyes on people. Isn't that from me? I'm the one that does the eyes over here. He stole that from me. Look, I'm the one. We've been doing this for a long time, putting eyes on people. Red flags, MMA. Listen, we cannot win. Now I don't think Andre is Epstein. I wouldn't make that connection there. Bro, please. I know you knew. Please chill the fuck out. Chill the fuck out. You know what you can do? You can go back and watch some of the other videos where we talked about it for about 20 hours or so. I don't believe Andre is a Epstein, though. I don't believe that at all. I don't know who that is. Some of these stories we can't read everything. We're just kind of going through it real fast. Somebody passed away, Sam Barbosa. Okay, I don't know who that is, but Train Angry says, next week I will explain what all these people have in common. What do they all have in common? His brother. Calm down, Dusty. You're doing too much. Dust269, calm down. You're doing too much for a new person. Calm down. I ain't your slave. You asking me 50 million questions. My man said, what do you feel about this, and that? You got the screen recording? I had someone come on here. They said, I'm recording this screen as I'm live streaming. Like, I don't care. Fightsports, we will maybe talk a little bit about that. He says 2026, something like June 2026, expose them all. Okay. And if you guys feel so strongly about this stuff, I say use your own platform. Go live stream and expose these people yourself. Because I had to see some of these people. Where are these people at? Yeah, some of these people I got to fight. Some of these people I got to fight. Where are the pictures at? Oh, right over here. My bad. Some of these people I got to fight. I got to interact with. Some of these people might put a hit out on me. Some of these people I gotta run into. You safe. Dust2669 safe. He can say whatever he want. Now, these people can find me. They can see me at the tournament. So remember that whenever you ask me, oh, what are your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts on that? Well, you safe over there behind your username. You safe. Yeah, you safe. Nice and safe over there. Now these motherfuckers could try to come after me. And where you gonna be when they try to jump me? You're not gonna be there. So I always tell myself that whenever these internet people, what do you think about this? What do you think about? Well, listen, I might see that person. I'm definitely gonna run into some of their students. What was I about to say? You know, we do have Black History Month, so let's watch some black people.
Who the fuck you think you're fucking with? I'm the fucking boss.
Wash the fucking dishes and shut the fuck up!
That's some of you guys in the live stream. You better wash them dishes before you go to open mat. Take out that trash too. Take out that trash while you at it. He says how refs in ADCC versus refs in IBJJF are like, well, there's no rules in ADCC.
Half guards or shorts? Come on. No jumping guards, no doing anything fun, no running, no nothing. That's clean. Just make weight, we don't care. No, man, no! You touched his knee, you're disqualified. Get out. If you don't slam that man on the concrete, do it!
You guys don't have.
Sarah said, thoughts and prayers. I'm getting jumped. Thoughts and prayers ain't going to help me, Sarah. Sarah did say stay strapped up. I don't think they'll let you bring those guns into the facilities. Luckily, I got my bodyguards. I'm going to have Tony and LL Snap over there helping me. Now, they're not going to mess with those two big brothers. I wish they would test me, though. Let's go. I'm ready to go. Let's go. Somebody hurt me is going on the live stream. Before they get me, hey, film this. Put this on the live stream before they get me. You guys know I'm over here in Georgia. Life University is the NAIA women's wrestling team to beat after a record 2025 season. So they got a good wrestling team over here. Diana Gonzalez. I had a student. She wrestled with them for a little bit. This a couple years ago. Shotwell. They got like these 2 or 3 sisters. I forget what they are. Muslim sisters. They good. Olivia Motley. Okay, hey Olivia. Got a sister on the team. Sarah Savage. Savage. Here we go. These girls. Those McBride girls, good. And if you remember, one of them was going to do the Olympic trials, 2024, but they wouldn't let her wear the hijab. So I'm hoping stuff like that changes. See, they got the sisters. I think there's one more sister. Zaina, Jamila. I think there's one more. There is Latifa. Dang, they got 138, 145, and 160 all locked down. Shout out to those girls. Okay, you know, we do like wrestling over here. We got Hassim over here. What he got to say?
For the past weeks, since I think late November, I've been preparing myself for the upcoming trials, which is going to be in like today's. I think in 10 days, less than 2 weeks for sure. It's going to be in Serbia. You know, I have the best preparation I have out here. You know, I started training with a personal training coach, from Dagestan, which helping me with the stand-up. And I'm trying to find, the best guys in the region, who are like good at Nogi. Obviously, guys like Cottrell, guys over at Just Dance, all the big boys I can find. And they've been helping me a lot. And, get good session in today with Cottrell. For a heavyweight, he got a crazy flexible guard. So yeah, I think it helped push me. And then, and the expectation is always, I'm gonna go out there, do what I do, put on the show, and inshallah I'll get the gold. For the past weeks, since I think.
Every time I see Hassim, I think, man, you doing the wrong sport, man. You doing the wrong sport. Homeboy's fighting this week, today actually. Damien from Simpleton MMA. Now these guys, you gotta cut a lot of weight. He don't look too good right there, but that's the MMA lifestyle right there. Now, you guys love. Well, you guys used to love Simpleton. Some of this stuff I can't put. Some of this stuff I can't put on here.
These niggas out here snitching. They with the rat pack. Hit them with the chopper. That's the rat trap. Find them in that trash. These niggas out here snitching.
We got these twin sisters. They train. I think one of them broke their leg. I can't remember who broke their leg. Yeah, I believe one of them broke their leg, but they out here doing it. We got another sister, Kennedy Blades. She's doing RAF. I mean, come on, Kennedy got that. I'm trying not to put I'm not trying to put nothing bad on here today. I'm trying to just put good content on here today. We got Stephen Buchanan. He beat Yazdani. You guys don't know Yazdani. He's like one of the best wrestlers ever.
I feel him fade a little bit coming in to the end of the first period. Just had to really stay on his head, but I mean I know he's moving up a weight class, but he's still strong. I mean, really strong in the underhooks, really good with positioning. I was able to get to some attacks and then got a 4-point move that kind of sent me ahead, and that's when he had to start coming at me, and that's what opened up more opportunities. Yeah, I started feeling him fade a little bit.
So yeah, Buchanan won last year's NCAA. 194, was it 194? I can't remember the weight class, but now he's doing international wrestling. Got our ADCC invites, the first 8 invites. Is anybody really pumped for ADCC right now? Felipe Pena, it's the same people every time. Felipe Pena, Rafael Guedes. She used to be, about to say Fightsports. She used to be Atos. Kainen, Atos. Anna Carolina Vieta. Adolfo's sister, Giancarlo, Kingsway. Adele, okay. So every previous champion, Mika. I don't know if Mika gonna make it, bro. Mika busy. Mika busy. Baby Shark might be there. So like I said, we're not gonna be on here too long. LL Snap, what's up, brother? We got LL Snap over here. Let me post this for LL Snap. You know, LL Snap said he liked the snow, so let's post this. It says basketball star Shea Hall, I don't know how to say his last name, in New York Jets wide receiver Garrett Wilson. Okay, hey, they doing it. All right, we got some more risky videos, but we'll stay positive today. We'll stay positive today. We'll stay positive for you guys. Where'd my thing go? Like I said, we're not gonna be here on here all day. LL Snap, that man be switching up. I ain't never seen somebody switch up so fast. We got a poster on BJ or BJJ Everything. He says, Atos, Checkmack, Kingsway. Am I missing anybody else? Gracie Baja. Yeah, all your main teams, really. How do we stop this crap? That's a good question. I think transparency. So, you know, I feel like having live streams like this help a little bit, you know, to at least not cover up all this crap and people can see, oh, what's going on with the sport. Something I notice is people in jiu-jitsu most people in jiu-jitsu don't follow anything. They don't know what's going on. They don't know who's who. They don't know nothing about their sport. Simple man. People in this sport don't follow their sport. Isn't that weird? Well, you know, LL Snap's going to say it's a hobby, which it might be. Cuz that sounds more on brand, because think about other sports, football, basketball, everybody, baseball, they know the stats. They know who got drafted. They know who got traded. They know everything. Now you talk to a jiu-jitsu person, they don't know. Maybe they know Gordon. They know Danny Hurt. They know Craig Jones. That's all they know. So I really wish you guys would educate yourselves a little bit better. You know, you guys, people don't know nothing in this sport. They don't know nothing. Someone says, why do they always go to the internet and never the police? Well, that's changing. They're going to the police nowadays. So you mess up, the girl's going, or whoever's going to the police on you. Says, if you see the post, There are actual court documents, and as of right now, a restraining order or restraining warrant in place. Of course, you didn't read that. People in jiu-jitsu don't read either. Says people don't realize how ridiculous the court system can be with all the little technicalities. We saw that with Moneyberg. If you got money and resources, which some of these schools do, they got more money and resources than a lot of the individuals. They can mess around with you in court. It says little technicalities lawyers find loopholes in. Not only that, but the accused, even if they are guilty, still can legally sue for defamation. I personally know this because my wife had that happen with a non-BJJ incident over online posting and commenting, where the accused sued over 11 people and entities over online comments, which that sounds crazy. We're just reading a little bit, bro. The victims have filed charges with the police in all 3 cases. Someone says, I hate to say it, but I don't think it can be stopped 100%. The fact of the matter is that it isn't even remotely limited to jiu-jitsu schools or the jiu-jitsu world. This happens everywhere all the time. It is very much part of the plight of women, and I hate it. That said, cameras in the gym, for starters, promoting women to positions of leadership and demonstrating that they are respected members of the gym. Well, it's funny because we got a case of a black belt female. We got everything in jiu-jitsu. We got whatever kind of predator allegations. We got whatever you guys want. We got everything over here. So again, like I said, predators don't have a gender. Alleged predators, real predators, pretend predator, whoever, they ain't got no gender. This is making sure that female members know that they can be honest about when they are uncomfortable. A lot of times women don't want to say anything in the beginning because we're already feeling like guests in a men's space, and we are often treated like if we make any waves, we're drama or divas. Oftentimes women are assaulted because we're taught to be polite even when we're uncomfortable, and predators know that they can push boundaries gradually until it finally gets so far that women begin to feel at fault for allowing it to progress to that point. And as soon as they say anything, all the toxic men come out of the woodworks. I believe that. Gabal he got cameras. Now, don't let no footage get leaked of him moaning in that alleged victim's ear. If that video get out, but yeah, the cameras don't stop. The safe sport don't stop it. Nothing really stops it. I mean, now if you hit their bank account, that's gonna stop it. If you hit their bank account, I swear it'll stop all that. Someone says stop with the no co-ed classes. I can't even read the comments on here. This thing. Yeah, I don't want to read anymore. We're just jumping around today, to be honest. There's too much going on. Someone says, I think we read a little bit. So is anyone still at Otto's HQ? Good time to dojo storm and take out all their white belts and blue belts. I did hear there's a sale on Otto's gear. If you guys are interested, I did hear they're doing a sale on that. You guys want Otto's gi? Otto's no gi? Someone says, I'm curious, what made Andy decide to suddenly leave? It seems he left just before, I believe he was teaching the kids classes too. It seems he left just before this all publicly blew up. Does this mean he knew something all along throughout the years, or before it came out and didn't say anything? What about Rolando Sampson? Just wondering, as the regulars there may have seen stuff happening before this all blew up. Or two. And you know what? Some of these guys can't say nothing. Gabal got that video evidence on them of doing whatever they were doing. Gabal got evidence. They can't say nothing. Somebody said Galvao hit on his wife. Andy got himself a little thing over there. Someone says, "What WTF? Is his wife someone that is also well known in the community? How did Galvao do that to him? Andy is the workhorse of the gym, along with Orlando, and teaches so much of the classes, and is one of the highest level competitors there besides Galvao." Well, I mean, how do you think Colts are ran? The Colt master. I'm not saying Galvao's a Colt or Atos is a Colt, but in Colts, the leader get first dibs on everything, right? Isn't that how it goes? Oh, I didn't know that. Gustavo Batista gone? Where did he go to? Dang. Galvao, you done ran off all your athletes. If a team was smart, hey, I would hungry hippo with the hippo and the balls running around. If you were a smart team, you would get all them athletes. Now, you got to have resources. Maybe Alliance could do that. Alliance could probably take some of those guys. Yo, come over here. We got you, man. If you were smart, this is a fire bin cell. You could become a world championship team overnight. Yo, come over here. We got you. If you got Batista and half those guys, you good. You got world champions right there. He has not announced where him and his other half are going. Quantum got info. We gotta check that out though. Says they probably knew before it was blowing up internally. The victims probably talked to some of the other coaches before the allegations went public. I've said this to a few people. The speed so many left makes me think many knew about what was going on, but waited in silence and chose this moment as their getaway to leave. Well, why would someone speak out? You guys attack them. The burnt chicken, yeah, during the LL Snap crazy. But man, you guys attack the victims. You guys attack me. I'm not the victim. If I was a victim, I would, man, you guys be attacking me over comments, for reading comments. Why would a victim come out in this? This sport is terrible. You guys support more. You guys support the predators over the victims all the time. Every time, really. Every time. You guys defend these guys. You ain't never met these motherfuckers. You defend them. You defend them like your life depend on it. You guys can't wait to defend these people. Says don't think so. My guess is the Andy situation sparked a discussion, investigation, and more people had the courage to come up. I'm sorry for Alexa taking all the heat. I was expecting a full Galvao files exposing all the other cases, but it doesn't look like that'll happen. I was told they signed an NDA. I don't think NDAs work in I don't think NDAs work in California, do they? Or maybe they do. I'm thinking non-competes. NDAs probably do work in California. I was told they signed an NDA when they sign up with Atos membership. So I think a lot cannot actually speak up. I ain't signing no NDA to sign up at a gym. It says can confirm that at least employees sign an NDA. Well, I wouldn't work there. Don't sit there and abuse you. You can't say nothing. Wait, get out of there. Someone says it's possible. It's just timing. People have come and gone from that team for all sorts of reasons. Do you think all the Atos merch is going to be free now? If I go dumpster diving, no, you got to pay. You still got to pay. I wouldn't wear that shirt for free. I wouldn't wear that for free. Seeing a lot of Atos guys at the other gyms around San Diego, I think it'll all come out in the wash soon. I will say some of those San Diego gyms look a little scummy. Day 3 of Moangate AOJ edition. We need to just start over, apparently. I want to see where Batista is. Gustavo Batista. I did a video on him. Oh, he had a baby? When did he have a baby? Oh, that's a C-section. 1 week ago? Oh, my man busy. He just had a baby. Again, you want to protect your daughter, so remember that when how you treat others, right? He just had a baby. All right. Isn't that with the homegirl, Louisa? She had the baby? Oh yeah, that is his wife. I plead the fifth. Okay. So yeah, watched your vid, tried this style, but couldn't pull it off. Yeah, you gotta try. You gotta train. Okay, so I guess nobody's at Autos. Who's at Autos right now? Somebody said, "Why is Hulk silent?" Hulk, no, he can't say nothing. Hulk, no, he can't say nothing. Hulk can't say nothing. He still has Autos in there. Autos Northwest. Let's see if that's the case. Hulk smashed the evidence. They are still Autos Gym. Have not said anything. Okay, alrighty. Yeah. Well, what do you guys expect? What are you guys expecting over there? Is there why everyone keeps calling him Huck instead of Hulk? He wrote his name as Huck on a winner Hulk can't spell. Okay. Says last I heard he also had allegations about filming women. Plead the fifth. Again, these are not my views. I'm reading comments on Reddit. These are not my views. I plead the fifth. Otherwise, we're just reading the comments. Okay, don't you guys be ready to attack me. I didn't tell these guys to do none of this crap. Last I heard, he has allegations about possibly filming women. He took the bed without their consent and sharing it with his Autos buddies. So I assume he's staying with Autos. Oregon is kind of liberal, I think, so I'm not sure how that will work out for him if he owns a gym down there. Hulk, you better lawyer up, brother. That clique was going to the Gentlemen's Club in San Diego and having fun with the world's oldest profession. There's a downside to all that testosterone. You guys, I keep telling you guys to stay natural, stay away from that stuff. You guys don't listen to me. So they said they were going to San Diego and and having fun with the world's oldest profession. I've also heard of other black belts filming women they were having relations with and sharing the videos. These guys crazy. Gordon has been blocking people who are bringing up the Nikki situation where his girl supposedly groomed up. Let's see, he pleaded in the fifth too. All these guys sweating. Everybody's sweating over here. How come all your superheroes sweating today? They sweating. They said, man, I hope I don't appear on that live stream. Well, you know what? Go after the guys on Reddit. Why are you guys going after me? Another black belt I always found creepy was one of the American ones. He'd always be the first to welcome female athletes, and he also had relations with a lot of them. Especially in this sport, the black belts think they can do whatever they want. They think they think they can do whatever they want. I be telling you guys, stay away, stop it, don't do it, and you guys jump on me. He'd always be the first to welcome female athletes, and and he also slept with a lot of them. He had relations with a lot of them, especially when doing camps and seminars around the world. I was a white belt when I trained at Autos, and this guy was DMing me, asking me when I was coming back. Now, going to clubs and having relations with women isn't anything criminal. People do whatever they want on their own time, but wouldn't be surprised if anything else came out. Filming without consent is criminal. Well, that does make sense. Don't film people without their consent, especially in an intimate situation. You probably should not do any of that. I'm not a lawyer though. So it says, as a white belt training there, I hated the environment. Andre would have these roid rages, alleged roid rages during training, shouting at everyone. It was absolutely awful. I also had to go speak to them because I was convinced their physio guy had taken pictures of me. He also texted me. These are all alleged, of course. He also texted me begging me to come back for an appointment, and I asked someone at the time to tell Andre and Angelica, and they never came back to me. I was completely ignored. Again, do not go to leadership. Don't go to leadership. Nothing gonna happen if you go to leadership, okay? There is no leadership. I be trying to tell you people, you guys don't listen to me. I'm also convinced the roids messed up his brain. Angelica only cares about her image and her lifestyle, which is why she just shuts everyone up. It's also said Sarah was involved in shutting up everyone. It's all messed up. So this guy isn't exactly a paragon of virtue. Innocent until proven guilty. Says not making any comment as an Autos gym owner is kind of cowardly, but he might have talked to his students already. He doesn't really owe the world an explanation, but he does owe his gym one. If he doesn't make a public statement, the public is going to talk about him, though. AOJ hasn't made a statement. They don't have to. They run a good program, but you still want to see a statement, right? Or they not believe the victim. No one is asking about AOJ. Well, that's not true. We just want to know what is Hulk's stance with Andre or not. Choose Andre equals choosing his values, and his academy supports bad behavior. You know what? Where's Spirit of Justice at? That's BS. He is a global brand with affiliates. He definitely owes an explanation. Who, Hulk? You're saying Hulk or Andre? Andre put out his stance, but he got the boot after that. You're saying Hulk has to put out a stance? Put out an explanation? They can't defend themselves. That's my favorite saying on the live stream. Defend yourself. Come on here and defend yourself. Come on here and defend yourself. That's my favorite explanation. No, they're talking about a different Autos guy. Jiu-Jitsu guy 24 can't even keep up. Look, my voice about to go. Dorothy says, so DDS split up because of SA. 2 resulting clubs had SA soon after and had a heroic battle at CGI, at which the third place team was Autos, so CGI was the Pedo Bowl. Well, it's more the sport is, that says more about the sport than anything else, doesn't it? I think we just need to start all over. We need to all start back at white belt. Let's all put our white belts back on. Someone says, I've never said his name before, but I will now. It was Ricardo Vieta. And to the friends I trusted when I asked for help, you chose to look away. Who is, Yeah, there's a lot of Vieras. Who was she talking about? Alyssa Miller? Let me see. Oh, somebody else. Another Vieira brother got in trouble? Come on. Checkmate be getting in trouble. Let me see if we can look her up. Not to victim shame her or anything. Oh, here we go. Oh, there's another girl. Man, can you guys stop messing up over here? God dang, I'm tired of reading this crap. Guys, make sure you support the live stream. My voice is going. I'm tired. Jaded. Make sure you support the live stream or something, man. Come on. Gotta be out here read. Look at all that text I gotta read. Come on, man. Yeah, ALJ. She was a phenom. Who are you talking about? This girl? This is a different girl. Or are you saying this girl? Dorothy Slipper's a real gooner, bro. That man's expert gooner. Let's see what this girl has to say. Of course, we're going to be respectful, as always. She says, in June 2018, this is 2 hours ago. In June 2018, I traveled to Spain with Leo's family and another family for a jiu-jitsu camp. Why were you traveling? Well, let me stop. We're not victim blaming or victim shaming or anything. So she was with Leo Vietta's family, I'm assuming, and with another family for a jiu-jitsu camp. The first day we got there, we all sat down to eat together, as Ricardo sat directly across from me next to his wife and kids. He started to use his foot to caress my leg and inner thigh repeatedly, and I sat there extremely uncomfortable. He kept doing it with a smile on his face. He pretended to bend down to grab something and use his hand to rub my inner thigh again, repeatedly, and as he did it, he was smirking like he was enjoying it. I sat there completely frozen, not knowing what to do. Hit the likes, yeah, well, give us money too. Likes, I don't care about likes, give us money. Yeah. We appreciate you though, Sarah. Yeah, likes, yeah, like that. She was 12. Oh no. Oh, this girl. Oh no. This girl she was at ALJ. See, look, that made me sad. I sat there completely frozen, not knowing what to do. One session after training was finished, me and my teammate were walking out of class, and Ricardo decided to walk with us along with his kids. He threw his arm over me to hug me, but I noticed he was trying to force his hands down my shirt and grab my boob. Oh, Brazilians. That's what Dorothy Slipper said. I can't confirm that. Okay, so he's groping this girl at this point. If she's 12 years old, Quan, we already on a different story, Quan. Quan, we on a different story right now. We'll try to get to the ALJ one in a little bit, though. One session after training was finished, me and my teammate were walking out of class, and Ricardo decided to walk with us along with his kids. He threw his arm over me to hug me, but I noticed he was trying to force his hand down my shirt and grab my boob. I kept trying to pull his hand out and off of me, but he kept forcing it down to grab me, and he did this with a smile on his face, and he was laughing like it was funny. Check Matt crazy. Oh, well. Oh, was she? Look. When was she at ALJ? I mean, these girls, they can't go nowhere. They can't go nowhere. So he was trying to grab her boob. I kept trying to pull his hand out and off of me, but he kept forcing it down to grab me, and he did this with a smile on his face, and he was laughing like it was funny. I felt scared and completely frozen. Once I was able to pull his hand out, I ran away to my room. The last night, me and my teammate decided to walk and look around the resort. We had passed by their rooms, which I didn't know was theirs. The door was open and asked me and my teammate to come inside the room, and repeatedly asked they had something to show us. Don't go in there. Okay, we're gonna get to it too. We're gonna get to it. You know, Quan the fanboy. Quan love all these teams. Quan, how you feel about all these teams? Quan, you know, Quan be supporting this hero worship. I tell you guys not to worship these people. It's two guys with almost the same name at ALJ and Checkmat, but slightly different spelling. Okay, well, they all Brazilian. They probably got the same exact name, yeah. I stopped my teammate and politely told them, no, we're not going inside, and told my teammate, let's go, it's not safe. I told my teammate what he was doing to me. I was scared. I felt alone, and I questioned myself and why he was doing this to me. I was scared to go to anyone because I thought I would get in trouble. A few months go by, and he taught a class at HQ. I already voiced to my same teammate how I was uncomfortable, but I'm going to try and work through it anyways. It got worse. He started picking on me during the class on purpose, singling me out in front of everyone repeatedly. I told myself, what is going on right now? I told my teammate, watch him. He's only doing this to me, and that teammate did and noticed it and questioned why he was doing that to me as well. I didn't understand. Once it was time to roll, Me and my teammate sat on the opposite end of the mat, and Ricardo walked all the way to us and called me out to roll. What's up, brother? Epsom salt bath. Yep. Make sure you wash yourself too. You only worship Allah? No, don't worship me. Quan said he gonna put me to work. He asked her to roll. I was scared and asked my teammate to help me. I didn't want to go. And is there any way to go with someone else? My teammate sat there with a blank stare, and I had to go, or else I'll get in trouble for saying no to a black belt. We started rolling, and he took my back and kept kissing me on the neck repeatedly. Oh, man. I kept pushing away his head multiple times. He started to moan in my ear and tried to grab my boobs in any opening he can, and I just felt helpless. I wanted the time to end so bad, and when it did, he turned around and kissed me on the lips and laughed. I looked around for help as there was so many people around me. No one saw nothing. Cameras there, people there. No one saw anything. No one stopped it. I ran to my teammate and said everything that happened, and I told my teammate, I need help. All my teammates said is, what can I do? I don't know what to do. I explained to her how I felt so uncomfortable. Well, you need to go to the authorities at that point. I explained to her how I felt so uncomfortable and weird, and I didn't want to be there anymore. It just hurt. I went home without saying anything. I let another teammate know what happened, but their response was because Ricardo never did no wrong to that teammate is still going to remain friends with him. My friends knew about this situation but stayed quiet, as I was scared or too scared to even tell anyone and afraid no one would believe me. I blocked it out for 4 years until I felt ready to say something. This was the first and only times he touched me inappropriately. It was led prior from months before he would say sexual remarks towards me and wanting to do things to me, but just waited until I was 16. Oh. Who wrote this? I missed the start. Okay. How is that my fault you missed the start? I'm not your mom. I'm not your dad. I don't have to hold your hand. Let me see any comments. Someone says, is anyone going to hold ALJ accountable? Mendez Bros are not an exception. Wait, is this? Oh. Is this about ALJ? Is that ALJ? It's not. That's not Checkmat. It's ALJ. Oh, it's at ALJ. Okay, my bad. I thought it was Checkmat. Sorry, Checkmat. Sorry, it wasn't you this time, guys. It was ALJ. That was ALJ. Okay. Oh, it's ALJ. My bad. I don't care, Ben Kelly. I don't care what you can read. I'm already in a bad mood already. I don't care. I don't care if you can read. Why should I care if you can read or not? It's right there. Sorry, I'm about to lose it. Quan is right. It was about ALJ. That's why I was asking to see what Mendez Bros' response is. Well, they got to put it in ChatGPT first, Quan. These stories are why I am on the side of the mat, stink eye, and the coach the whole time my son is in class. I don't give a fuck, Ben Kelly. Get the fuck out of here. Go wash your dirty ass, motherfucker. You said, weird take, man. Your fucking dumbass question. Get the fuck out of here. Sorry, I'm about to lose it. Again, I tell you guys this shit. He says, okay, I get called the Muslim Bible all the time because of autocorrect. Quan can do whatever he wants because I actually do know Quan. That's my homie right there. Now, Ben Kelly can fuck off. These people be pissing me off. Get the fuck out of here. Why are you still messaging? I listen, you making it sound like I got your hands on the keyboard. I'm forcing you to type that. You see how people switch up so fast? Fuck these people, bro. They switch up so fast. He upset because I'm not explaining everything to him. I ain't your fucking slave, motherfucker. Why you think I owe you nothing? I don't owe you shit. Get the fuck out of here. I'm tired. I don't want to have to press the button to do it. You see how people switch up so fast? Nah, motherfucker. I'm tired. Just go. You switched up. You don't know me, motherfucker. I don't have to answer your stupid ass question. Why you think I had to answer your question? Why you think I owe you anything? Why do you think you don't even have to watch this video? Go away. Go something else. Cause you asking stupid ass questions. Just go. You're not happy? Go. You don't like it? Go. I pissed you off? Go. He said, kick me off. I just go. I don't want you anymore. Go away. Do I have to press the button? Okay, let's press the button for you. See you later. Bye. I do want to see that last match. And what did I say? I said, hey, I don't want to have to go over everything. Hey, I've been talking about this for how long? Okay, well, you go back. You know you can scroll back. And did you know you can scroll the video back and see what happened? Why do I have to go over 10 million things? Dorothy, please stop, Dorothy. Please stop. Dorothy be pushing my buttons too. Please stop, Dorothy. I feel like every day I got to say that, Dorothy. Please stop. Please stop, Dorothy. Please stop. Okay, this was about AOJ. I was wrong. I thought it was about Checkmat. It is about AOJ. And I got to explain that. I got to explain everything. How many times? How many times I got to explain everything? We were arguing with Ben when we could be talking about Cameron Brink. Okay, let's stop Dorothy Slipper. Dorothy Slipper is a part of Goon Squad. Dorothy Slippers. But yeah, sad situation. So this is the girl that was at AOJ. Okay, I got the names mixed up. The Leo and the Ricardo and the Vieta Park. The Leo and the Ricardo Vieta Park got me. These are different Vietas. Vieras. Okay, that is true. It's a different person. So, which is crazy. This is very similar behavior as the Atos guys, right? So yeah. So again, she's going to her friends. She went to leadership. What happens when you go to leadership? See, I'm already tired. This motherfucker made me tired. Thank you, Ben Kelly. Yeah. Don't go to leadership. Leadership not going to help you. Is there only one main AOJ? Yes, sir. They have two schools, but they're all a part of the main AOJ Academy. They don't have affiliates that I know of. These Brazilians only use their 12 middle names when it's put up on the screen. Otherwise, they share one name. It does make finding them kind of tough. Someone says, is anyone going to hold AOJ accountable? Mendez Bros are not an exception. Says this, they are monsters. This infuriates me. I agree, but without courage, nothing will change. The move now isn't promoting apps, programs, or businesses or products. Instead, it's about joining hands in solidarity and empowering those who feel less weak and less empowered to speak up. I stay out because everyone always has an agenda except to get the results that help victims become survivors. I'm sad that in 2026, machismo mentality, shout out to my Brazilians, still rules the streets, suppressing females to shame and fear. Where is spirit of justice? Where is spirit of justice at? Uh-oh, sorry, about to hit the wrong button. Where is spirit of justice? Where's the people saying where's the proof? Here's one guy. I think she's lying. It's very easy to come up with this tale now. Doesn't that sound about what you would normally hear about from these guys? She's not even training jiu-jitsu no more. She said, screw this jiu-jitsu. She says, and to all the parents, can you guys see that? Ben Kelly said he couldn't see, and he complaining at me. I noticed the classes with longer warm-ups in class tend to have more worshiping going on. Oh, you notice that? Quan, you know I used to make people do the warm-up though, Quan. Quan used to be a student. I used to make people do the long warm-up, but I don't think we did any worshiping. She says, and to all the parents at AOJ that chose to look away and even continue to spread rumors and attack the victim, you and the people like you are the reason this continues in this community. Said, you had no right. I was 12 years old. Ooh. Oh, she was 12? Thank you, Quan. It's been so long ago, I don't even remember, really. If I hear one more MF moaning on the mats, I'm throwing hands. Dorothy Slippers, apparently that's common. I never heard nobody moan on the mat like that. I've heard people scream. No, Andre. Let me read that last part again. And to all the parents at AOJ that chose to look away and even continue to spread rumors and attack the victim, you and the people like you are the reasons this continues in the community. So AOJ's taking bullets too. Oh, I didn't read this part. Let me zoom in for you guys. 20 hours ago, she says, when I was sexually assaulted at 12 years old by a student from Atos Academy. Dang. At Atos Academy, so Atos and AOJ, really. I worked up the courage to tell my mom and turned towards my friends at AOJ for help and what to do next. They all turned a cold shoulder. I can't even talk anymore. They all turned a cold shoulder on me and stood by the person that sexually assaulted me. I remember going in late after your warm-ups, and since I didn't get in trouble, I knew I wasn't walking into professor's class. I think I used to be like super strict. Well, you gotta remember I came from Europe, right? So we were pretty strict. Hey, you gotta come on time. And I go to Orlando, people coming in 10, 15, 20 minutes. I think I jumped on a couple people though. I think I gave up after a while. But the professors that get angry at people skipping warm-ups are usually the ones that want to be worshipped though. Maybe. Well, I don't know. I never really been around people that wanted to be worshipped. So I don't really know, but maybe that's what Quan has observed. So she said she got assaulted at AOJ at Atos, but then she went to her friends at AOJ. Was this back when they were when they were both teams? Yes, I do. Dorothy Slippers, you'll get the wrench in the gym too. The wrench, here's the wrench right here. Get the wrench. She says, I took it to court, and the Rotullo brothers' mom wrote a 4-page statement. Oh, God. I took it to court, and the Rotullo brothers' mom wrote a 4-page statement, slut-shaming me and calling me a whore. Oh, damn. And I deserved what happened to me. This is years ago. This must have been, the Rotullos were training at AOJ back when they were all a part of Atos. So she's saying that the Rotullo's moms, that's why the Rotullo's been so quiet, slut-shamed me and called me a whore, and I deserved what happened to me. She rallied a whole group of parents from AOJ to make statements about me on why I deserved what happened to me, and each and every one of those parents stood behind that person to protect him and not protect me. My mom went to Andre and Angelica Galval to talk to them about the situation with this student, and they did nothing to remove him. He stayed. So, AOJ, Atos, AOJ, whoever. I was competing at a tournament my parents had took me to, and my dad had crossed paths with the Rotullo brothers' dad, and their dad told my dad that I deserved everything that happened to me, and my dad knocked him out in one punch. Oh, shoot. The Rotullo twins' dad got knocked out. Damn, she called out like 6 big names in one post and said all y'all trash. Well, nobody speak out. Now let me get in trouble. You're going to hear Ben Kelly, Dorothy Slippers, Perfecto. You're going to hear all these guys All these guys going to come out of nowhere. All them guys going to come out of nowhere. Quan got his popcorn. Her dad done knocked out the Rotullo twins' dad. God, dog. In one punch, that guy's amazing. To protect me in what any other dad would. Just a day later, the Mendez brothers had their front office worker call my mom to tell me they're kicking me out of the gym and I can't come back to the academy to train. They never talked to me face to face about this situation to this day. Never came to me or my parents to talk to us, and all those parents stayed. I felt hopeless and lost. So, you guys supported Atos. You guys supported Mendez brothers. You guys supported AOJ, bought all the gear. I can't say nothing, man. You guys, not that you guys knew about this. And this is the part 2 that we read. So the first part, she had already been assaulted. She was 12 years old. And this, I think, is years later. Or was it years later? Or was it? I'm not sure when the first part happened. And then this is the part we read. I'll go back. Yeah, this is the part we read. Part 1. Part 2. Okay, we read all that. Uh-oh. And, uh-oh, here we go. Did someone tag the Rotullos? What's going on right here? Quan got his popcorn ready. Quan got his popcorn. I'm not sure the Rotullos shared this. They said, we are both super bummed about the situation at Atos. Oh, let me zoom in so you guys can see. Where's Ben Kelly? Ben Kelly, what's that his name? I bought her a Ruka and AOJ gi one time, and so that I could resell it on a Show Your Roll marketplace. Quan, he sold it though. Says, we are both super bummed about the situation at Atos. We take concerns involving misconduct seriously. Uh-oh. Well, again, it wasn't it's not the Rotullo bros. It was the Rotullo bros parents though. They were doing some crazy stuff. They take concerns involving misconduct seriously and expect our community to uphold a safe and respectful environment for everyone. We support those affected, and any appropriate or inappropriate behavior should be addressed and held accountable. And then, of course, we go up here. It says, crazy, right? When they all stood behind the predator that did it and supported their family. Uh-oh. It's hard to win in this sport, It looks like she's moved on with her life, but, no, she could have been a world champion. What you're spreading for Atos is worrisome. You don't train there, and you are assuming things with no facts. Trust me, nothing you have said is factual. I know this stuff. I have trained Atos. Shut the hell up. Shut the hell up. You fucking glazer. You see what I got to deal with, man? So you're saying all these people leaving Atos? Go ahead. Go do it. Do it. Do it. I ain't afraid of these motherfuckers. Now if they sue me, cool. Let's do it. Let's go. How was me reading a girl's account of what happened to her situation? So you listen to all that, and all you can say is spreading false facts, no facts. You know this stuff. You trained at Atos. Motherfucker, 40 of your top people. All your black belt champions, just about. All your affiliations. You see what I got to deal with? So sometimes I do jump on people, but look what I got. Look what I get to deal with. You see the comments right there? You see the comments I deal with? So whenever you guys come on here trying to play around, shut the hell up. You guys trying to play around with me, Ben Kelly, Spirit of Justice. You guys, I'm ready to go after everybody. Germany, Zurich, full support. Shut the hell. The guy in Zurich. That's Elo Snap called him the thumb from Spy Kids. This man, these people, I tell you guys, these people be supporting predators, alleged predators, real predators, pretend predators. They be supporting them. That man probably a white belt. That man probably quit during the trial class or something. People leave because all it takes is the accusation, and people don't want to be associated. That's true, but the fact that there's accusations in the first place, multiple accusations. I've seen a couple from Atos, really. Those are all made up. Let's wait and see the facts, bro. You guys, you sound just like these people that try to sweep everything under the rug. Sweep everything under the rug. Okay, let's wait for a couple more years for the facts to come out. That's the reason people won't speak out. When will you be happy? When they do the police report? When they get the protection order? When are you gonna be happy? Sarah about to jump on you too. Accusations are not facts. Accusations are bad, and they have to be investigated. You about to get at what point when all these guys getting in trouble are you like, okay, maybe they're onto something? The chat got sus. This why I be so angry. You guys be like, Alec overreacting, but look, I got to deal with this every day, 24/7. I get to deal with this. Thank you, Elo Snap. Elo Snap being good. I'm just getting pissed off. I'm getting pissed off. They trying to attack me. All I did, hey, let me read what's going on. I'm trying to educate you guys. And of course, we want to be led by facts, but why do these 12-year-old girls have to gain by lying about being assaulted? Honestly, and if you really train, man, these kids that train in martial art are not. They're probably not lying. These kids training martial arts, jiu-jitsu. Have you ever met jiu-jitsu kids? Man, they're usually pretty good. They're good people. And they get taken advantage of. They came for you? Oh, they came for Elo Snap. And the thing is, nothing ever happens to these people. That really pisses me off. I think it's user Ben Kelly's burner. And you see how people switch up? They say I switch up on them. No, I can sniff that shit out. That's why I can sniff it out. I'm already ready to go. You got banned for dissing a blue belt? Where at? Who did you get banned by? Me? Did I ban you? Who banned you? I'll ban you quick. I don't feel bad. Sarah says, I was a teacher. Kids lie about teachers, but they love their coaches. Well, that's Sarah's observation. I'm going to say most of the kids in kids class, your kids in your kids class, them usually some good kids, man. You got people, grown men, licking their face and touching all on them, allegedly. Oh, he defended Atos. Oh, that guy. He's a blue belt. He don't know shit, bro. So whenever you guys see me getting angry, it's because I get to deal with that every day. Imagine you deal with that every day for hours on end. Come on, man. Even myself, I'm not a predator by no means, but I don't coach kids because I don't want no kids to follow in my footsteps. That's true. Yeah. Yeah, them kids are good. If a kid's training martial arts up into their teens, man, they love that stuff. He's a purple belt. Did you just come back with a burner account? Is that the same guy that got banned? You're a purple belt? Well, who cares? Who cares about your purple belt? We don't care about your purple belt, man. Go take that somewhere else. In Atos, no minors have been assaulted. This girl just said she was. This girl right here. You saying this girl that just, can you not read? When I was 12 years old, I was sexually assaulted by a student from Atos Academy. You just said no one had been assaulted. As far as I know, 12 is a minor. Let me zoom in for you. It says it right there. He said no minors. I was there. You were there? Okay, put him on the list too. Kids classes are amazing to teach. They like jiu-jitsu and they want to be there. Even the kids that are assholes, they still got their funny moments. Alexa was 100. I call Alexa. Alexa was 100% a minor when the story happened. Go against Danny Choppa and you purple belt, take them out. Then they can have an opinion. Not in San Diego. Where the hell you think Atos is? Okay, you need to go. Somebody ban him. FBI working? They trying. Tico, we'll see you, man. Go have fun with your over there away from me. This is fun. I don't mind crashing out though. I crash out. You guys get one crash out a day from me. One crash out a day. Guys, make sure you're supporting the live stream however you can. Sit here and kill myself for you guys. Oh, there was another. Here's why I got confusing. There are some other people. It's a different Ricardo Vieira. So the Brazilians, they need to come up with some more names. God dang, using the same goddamn name. This is what we just read earlier. We're not gonna stream too long. I'm tired already. Purple belt by Moneyberg. Just to leave the chat. Yeah, possibly. I'll zoom in a little bit so you guys can see. On her story, she also said she was assaulted by Ricardo Vieira. Is that the Ricardo from Checkmat? It's the Ricardo from ALJ or Atos. I don't know which one it was. In my experience, Checkmat knew and turned a blind eye to Jackson Souza's behavior for years. They only took action when Samantha Cook went public. Even then, they were going to let him return to Checkmat until Samantha had to highlight it again. Rotten to the core. Jackson opened his own school in London, Cantagallo Jiu-Jitsu London. It began as Checkmat Hammersmith until Samantha Cook's campaign, and yes, shocking that people still chose to train with him. What's going on? What is the problem with these people? Predators tend to frequent places where they can access victims, and it's in the positions of power that allow them to coerce them into doing what they want under the fear of repercussions or the need to please your superior. It's not surprising at all that the world is finally exposing that power corrupts and that the powerful people oftentimes do shitty things just because they can. It goes to their head as usual. It says, since people are struggling to comprehend, Alyssa was assaulted and told her mom and her academy friends, including the Rotulos. Rotulos, did you know about that? Just listen. So she told her friends, including the Rotulos. Nobody cared, and they turned their backs on her, showing support for Ricardo, I don't know the kid, who committed the offense against a 12-year-old girl, and throwing her under the bus so it wouldn't affect the academy and subsequently their careers. She's saying they're shitty teammates. They are. That's a shit thing to do. Not that the Rotulos personally assaulted her. She's saying her family is shitty too. Sorry, not her family. Their family. Their parents were protecting the predator, alleged predator. They are adults who look past sexual assault and of minors can go to hell. So whenever this happens, I always say, hey, what would happen if that was the Rotulo's twin sister or the Rotulo parents, their daughter? You know, they would be jumping on everybody over there. They did not get accused. The only thing they got accused of was not standing up for their friend. So that is pretty sad. They're young. They probably didn't know how to, hero worship. That is the theme of today. Hero worship, the theme of the week actually. Hero worship. You guys worship all these guys, and then they turn out to be scummy, and there's nothing else we can say. You guys support these people. Make sure you're liking the video or something, man. Come on, man. Is she saying it was one of the brothers or just the Rotullo family reacted that way? The story back then was that it was always one of the Rotullo bros, and that's why they left AOJ for Atos. She's saying the Rotullos prioritized their careers instead of the team and threw her under the bus so she wouldn't disturb the academy dynamic instead of doing what's right and siding with their teammate. It was Ricardo Vieta, and the Rotullo family protected the academy instead of their teammate. I wouldn't speculate like that. It could be any student. Don't blame them for the actions of their mother. Good point. I just feel like it's kind of wrong not to name the name because people are going to assume it was one of the brothers based off the post and the fact they left the gym right around this time. The solution: never leave the mat area when your children are rolling. Parents, stop staring at your phone. Says, I don't worship nobody. In the pyramid, man, in the pyramids, we were trained to appreciate somebody's ability, but not worship anybody for what they can do because every man can be broken. Yo, LO Snap, no, they can be broken. Wait, the twins did not assault anybody, but their parents sided with the predator, alleged predator. It says, no, she is saying the twins' parents blamed her and supported the other party, from what I read. Okay. Of course, there's more stories out there. But they said she got kicked out of AOJ for that, which is crazy. Why would you kick out the victim? It says, saw the thumbnail, Hoffa on it. Have you got to that segment? We're on it now. So you guys see me get upset, it's because people keep asking me the same thing. I'm tired. People asking me the same thing. People over here trolling, defending predators left and right. That's okay. It's all good. You guys can always rewind the video too. So that's the post we just read. We just read that. It says, so you're saying that at this point, 3 top tier, more than 3, BJJ empires should be put on the blast. Atos, AOJ, Checkmat, Kingsway. 4, 5, 6. The Cuban pyramid system ain't no joke, man. I think all black belts should have to go through it to get black belt certified. Send Moneyberg. We'll send Moneyberger over there first. Simple Man. What does Simple Man got going on? Oh yeah, Simple Man. Yes, I forgot about Simple Man. Yeah. Simple Man. They wish we would forget. They're gonna message LL Snap later. It says, imagine being so insane to say a 12-year-old deserved it and then getting knocked out in public for it, and then nobody says anything. This girl posted this story for the first time 4 years ago. Wow. Yeah, we weren't streaming back then, so I missed it. But these people cover everything up. Where's the proof? Where's the blah blah blah? Where's the facts? And it's more of a cover. They're just protecting these people. And again, it makes me sad because I had to keep dealing with this, and it keeps happening, right? L Snap said, throw Simple Man on there. Saying a 12-year-old deserved to get essayed is another level of dark. Well, you guys support all these people, man. Says it's really hard to believe Chris, the stepdad, would say that. That's not their dad? That's their stepdad? Who's their dad? Who's the Rotullo twins' dad? That's not their dad. Who's their dad? Who's their daddy? Dream Mart. They got a whole list of. Oh, they do. Well, send it over. We'll get the trolls over here. It says, hard to believe the stepdad, Chris, would say that. I've known the family for almost 15 years, and at the time, Nia, the Rotullo twins' little sister, was less than 10 years old. So this all seems severely out of character. If any of you trained at AOJ back around 2012 to 2015, you would know Alyssa's dad, Danny, who was a purple belt at the time, had been to prison and gave off tweaker vibes. I definitely can imagine the bros covering up something, though. They used to recruit boys from Brazil. Uh-oh. And they would hook up with the older teenage girls at the gym. Uh-oh. Allegedly. This sport dirty, man. So we Latinos don't retain our first father. Oh, okay. That ain't true. Is that true? Fifth. Their parents are Snow. The Rotullo twins' parents. They weren't adopted, were they? Were they adopted? Are the Rotullo twins adopted? Yeah, their parents. I was like, well, how did this? Where did these melanated kids come from? How did those melanated kids come out of there? Yeah, and I'd be getting upset and yelling at them, but it doesn't work. I can't yell at everybody. I wish I could though. We got some allegations from the guys in Brazil. It says they used to recruit boys from Brazil and they would hook up with older teenage girls all the time. So I said some of this is cultural, and Spirit of Justice was defending Brazilians, and he's American. Says the father had a short temper. Someone also mentioned alliance in another. Hey, whoa, alliance. Not sure if that was related to old Mergali. Yeah, we don't claim Mergali over here. We don't claim Mergali. Once again, they not assaulted my sister out here. They ain't mess with no sister out here. Them sisters will fight back. I'm telling you, man, black women ain't playing this shit, bro. Somebody's uncle, somebody's cousin gonna come over there and beat the shit out of her. Yeah, we're gonna have to. I don't care if it's the Mendez brothers, whoever it is, Val, whoever it is. All right, let's take them out. Okay, I can't speak Spanish now. Now, Ellis Knapp, some of my Spanish speakers they got you. They got what you saying. It says Fightsports with Cyborg, Wagner Hosher, and Melky Gaval are also pedo protectors. Well, that's the whole sport, man. Someone said, what did he do? More like what he didn't do. Care to elaborate on old Mergali stuff? I think one of his girlfriends was underage while in San Diego. I think his current girlfriend was underage too. That's all, allegedly. And that's all I can remember. I know there were social media spats about it a few years back. They became public when she turned 18. Mergali is 31. Dude is a weirdo. Totally legal in Brazil, as it turns out. I want to blame it on Brazilian toxic male shit, but when I remember that my childhood taekwondo teacher went to prison for this stuff, and then it was, let me not say that name, it is a lot to do with Brazilian toxic male stuff, but American toxic male stuff isn't much better. Okay, oh, Jesus Christ. Gracie Baja with Orlando Sanchez. This sport is all full of predators. Stabby, stabby, stab. Says 10 minutes from Gracie Baja, Pasadena, and ended up with a bunch of his ex-students. Yeah, well, that whole situation was crazy. Was AOJ still Atos at the time this happened? Looks like it. They split in 2020. Oh, yeah, they did split in 2020. I forgot about that. I don't know why people are surprised to be hearing things like this. I hate to say it, but I wouldn't be surprised if we haven't even gotten halfway through the amount of gyms that are going to be exposed. Danny Chopper, Danny Chopper, Danny Chopper. Danny Chopper, Danny Chopper, Danny Chopper. Yeah, the list is grown out of control. Yeah, Brazilians are different. Brazilians are different. Gracie Baja, Pasadena is Pasadena, PA. Same. He says it's where I got into it with baby Lester and knocked him out. The Gitu movement. Says you see it at a lot of jobs all the time, but then people think somewhere where their superiority relationship is even more unbalanced, something physical in nature, and something where the offender is much less likely to be held accountable, is somehow not going to have an even worse version of the problem. We've seen what male dominant cultures can do to companies like Blizzard, for example. Basically, every BJJ gym is male dominant, and given how we draw in socially awkward people, a good chunk don't have the slightest clue how to talk to women or what is appropriate. Then we put these people in a position of power and superiority, and we wonder what went wrong. One of the issues with BJJ is that the physical touch is normal. That massive barrier is removed from the jump. The original Andre story where he was moaning in her ear, that's Dorothy Slipper's favorite part, and shit for example, it would be a wild jump to just grab a woman and moan in her ear. Some of you guys might be doing that. With BJJ, you're already grabbing her on the ground. We're kind of already up against the boundary line. Says, I think people are talking about the power imbalance dynamic that leads to all the predators taking advantage of people. What's not being mentioned, also the general attitudes of Brazilians, especially men, towards sex and women. I don't know why, but I've been to 5 gyms, and at 3 of them, the Brazilian gym leader was dating one of the young, like 20-year-old students. One of them cheated on his wife and left her and his kids for a younger student. This happened too much. Perfecto! Yo, Perfecto, what happened, Perfecto? They got you? He got you, Perfecto? Perfecto. He been trolling us for a while now. Perfecto been trolling us. I'm tired of trolls. See, I'm not that bad. He was sitting down snoring against the wall. I hit that man so hard he was snoring sitting up. Dang. I think Pasadena. Oh, Pasadena, Texas. Okay. He said PA. Danny Chopper was looking around. Calm down, Danny Chopper. Danny Chopper was looking around. Danny Chopper ready to crash out. We gotta calm him down. Where's Perfecto at? You gonna get in trouble today, Perfecto? Perfecto ready to get in trouble. What was I reading? Brazilian cheating. That's normal stuff. Says that there's definitely a more macho cheating attitude by some of the more old school Brazilian guys, and it doesn't surprise me at all that these allegations are coming out, especially since Galvao is such a Bible thumper and the Mendez brothers have a legit cult feel to their gym. I think in a way that draws people there, but it also is ripe for shit like this when the leaders get put on a pedestal and start feeling entitled to respect instead of needing to earn it. Don't forget King's Way, since they have coaches stalking students to the point of getting a protective order from the court. We just outnumbered over here. Oh, you kicked them out of here? Okay. I can't keep up with all this. It's taking an emotional toll on me and Danny Choppa and LL Snap. AOJ, where were we? AOJ was Autos. I don't know how old Alyssa is, but if she's talking about Rotullo's being AOJ, then it might be when AOJ was under Autos. Says, I remember seeing a pic of the Rotullo's training at AOJ, and then something happened, and they stopped training there and trained exclusively at Autos, which was not much better, really. Says, do you know the reason why they left? It's very sus that AOJ would let 2 phenoms go so easily, and then not having any public contact with them since. That is true. Remember when the Rotullos were always at Autos or AOJ? It says Autos affiliates, HQ athletes, and HQ students are the only ones doing something about it, hence the heat. Those crowds at Checkmat, affiliates, athletes, and students are trying to sweep it under the rug or pretend nothing is happening, hence the crickets. Leo saw the dominoes at Autos and tried to pretend he is doing something about it, just in case, because money and legacy, not moral code. It's all about money. If you want to hurt these people, go after their money. Says, yeah, that's what I meant. It seems like Autos thing is immediately all over social media. High-level athletes speaking out, affiliates dropping the name, which is great. The checkmat guys ain't done shit. Checkmat guys ain't done shit. But I'm not seeing anything like that response for checkmat. And AOJ doesn't really have affiliates, so that's different. But it's still so extremely high level that I would expect to see similar shock and outrage. I don't know if the Atos thing just took everyone's attention and energy and now no one cares or what. It was all over social media because so many high-level athletes, students, kids and teens and adults, former champions, gym owners posted about it. That means a ton of comments, likes, and reshares telling the algorithm this topic is hot and needs to be pushed for visibility. Since no one at Checkmat posted much, shout out to my Checkmat people, the algorithm doesn't have much to push, so it's mostly silent. In some twisted way, Andre did build a team of great people, since they are all the kind of people that tell Andre to go fuck himself the moment they found out he fondles or silences children. This should tell you a lot about the culture at Checkmat, that no one is denouncing this versus Atos, where most left within 6 days and keep leaving. Checkmat guys, what are you guys doing? Checkmat guys, yeah, what are you guys? I'm calling you guys out. And I do like I like Wrzezinski. I like Jansen. That's it. I like Lucas Leitch. Please don't let Lucas Leitch get in trouble. I like Leo Vieta and Buchecha. But man, you guys, they ain't said shit. They're waiting for the proof. And them guys, they know what's going on. They know exactly what's going on. They supported Jackson Souza. They already crippled one kid. Who did they cripple? Who did they cripple, LL Snap? They crippled somebody? Fightsports crippled. You saying the one in California? That wasn't Checkmat. That might have been Alliance or something. That's the kid with Sinistro. Who did Checkmat cripple? Yeah, these gyms will cripple you too. Someone said, "What's the Checkmat story?" Look up Leandro Vieta. I heard about the story about the Rotulo's dad getting in a fight with another student's parent, which is why the Rotulos moved to Atos. Their dad got knocked out and moved to Atos. You told me about Ricardo. Yeah, but you got to make sure you let us know which Ricardo, bro. I'm thinking Ricardo Vieta, and there's a different Ricardo Vieta. All these Brazilians got the same name. Got me going. Remember when one of the guys, what was the kid's name? One of the guys popped for USADA, and another Brazilian guy's like, "Hey guys, it wasn't me, it was the other guy." You remember that? Remember that story? Atos is about to be no more. Gonna have to rebrand. What Bible quote? Genesis, Atos? I don't know what they're gonna do. The kid that was pushing down a water slide. Oh, I don't know about that one. Is BTT too small of a team for anyone to report it, or maybe they actually a school with no essay? Listen, we look deep enough, we can find. And sometimes I know stuff, had to plead the fifth, or I'm like, hey, I'm not even going to open that can of worms. But, if you look deep enough, you can find anything in this sport. So they said the Rotulos left after the dad got knocked out. Says, holy shit, their parents are scumbags. The way they acted at CGI against Levi shows the level of asshole they are. Levi won the match. Says they are widely liked, but I gotta say, I've always gotten low-key psycho asshole vibes from them, like a sort of fake niceness facade. They probably learned that over the years, that seem super performative, but actually are superior, super egocentric. Especially Ty often has that sort of psycho look in his eyes, not like a regular competition mindset, like he wants to actually kill the person. He probably does. That's how LL Snap's kid's gonna be looking at me, trying to kill me. I remember making a comment on their page once about training at AOJ as kids, and they got all butthurt about it for some reason. Says, it's worth noting that the post was made in 2021. She just reposted it now. Crazy how this didn't go viral then. She posted a new update today with new details of the abuse. This is a good example of why it's important for everyone to speak up and support each other. The small positive takeaway from this is that so many more people feel empowered to speak up now, even on things from many years ago with new details. Everyone is realizing how common this kind of behavior is, and how many others have shared experiences. Abusers thrive on the victim's reluctance to come forward and use it as fuel to continue escalating. Hopefully this momentum keeps up and the culture can shift in a healthier direction. Says, I'm losing hope that this community will actually do something. A lot of gym owners and people who aren't terminally online or as Redditors do not keep up with this stuff. The Rotulos don't look like nice folks. Dorothy slippers. There's 2 Roberto Abreu's, I think. Roberto and Demente. Okay. See, you guys, they need to change their names. He said they're going to be nice to me. You're not. Okay, thank you. Now tell them they can kill everybody else though. Says, how can we make it so that everyone in the community is aware of these predators? Not one person has faced any real world consequences for their actions. Cyborg was invited to Absolute, Wagner, and some other people. Even Hermes Franca is back teaching in Brazil. So it says, I used to train with Alyssa's dad, Danny, at Cobrinhas, and remember hearing about all this. It's crazy that it's barely being brought to light. She was such a good kid. AOJ always struck me as a terrible culture to be involved in, super competitive, super focused on their public appearance, cult-like enforcement of their rules, overly religious. I heard you can't have a beard over there, or facial hair. Obvious steroid usage, alleged. Even in their kids program, now add the fact that they are pedo protectors, allegedly. Everybody can take it out. Now, I might not be able to beat you on the mat, but I can take you out. I'm gonna take these guys out. Says, I don't know how they get away with steroid use in kids, allegedly. So bad. It's because they win matches, and there are enough people who lack morality and embrace the ends, justify the means mindset. That explains jiu-jitsu right there. That's how most people in jiu-jitsu believe or behave. Mendez is a roid fraud, allegedly, and always has been. I don't know why folks expect his academy to be on the up and up. Well, you guys support all these people. You give them money, give them fame, give them Porsches, G-Wagons, Cybertrucks. They winning. They winning in life. Says, you can count clean pro BJJ athletes on one hand. Calling out someone for roid. See, me defending him. Says, their kids don't even go to school. They are homeschooled and just work out, train, and compete as if they were professional athletes. That's terrible. These kids are not educated. So when you don't have an education, you're going to be easier to manipulate. Now, when you learn, okay, no means no, you can't touch me here, you can't do that, you learn about your rights, it's going to be hard to manipulate you. But if you ain't ever gone to school, yeah, it's basically a cult. Yeah, that's fine. Iron Horse, let me plead the fifth. I'll stop. I'm about to say something. Says, that's how you raise the next generation of MAGA voters. Says, I once got demolished by an AOJ teenager, and he trains more in a day than I do in a week. Look at Icaro Moreno. It's been issues for years, and Mikey clearly criticized it on his DJ show. There's so much over here. The sports, we're cooked, bro. We're cooked. I ain't defending none of these people, bro. Says, not a fan of violence of any kind, though saying that to a 12-year-old daughter of someone who got sexually assaulted deserved it is insane and very understandable reaction of the father. He 100% said it to the dad, and that's why my dad did that. The Rotulos brothers' parents made a 4-page statement backing that kid and manipulated a bunch of parents to also make statements about me calling me a slut. Oh, wow. Says, I'm confused. Ricardo Vieta, the checkmate guy, What does it have to do with AOJ? So I'm confused. AOJ case was a 12-year-old. Ricardinho case was at her 16. It seems she's been through a terrible experience twice. Wait, it was two Ricardos? Wait a second. So that's true. Craig riding around a high horse, letting Wagner and Gable Stevenson showcase. Oh yeah, I forgot Gable got something. The thing is, you know, I had this problem too. Like, you know, when I do my other YouTube videos, if I look at everybody's background, I can't do no videos. I can't do my soft voice videos that LL Snap likes. If I look too deeply into people's backgrounds, I can't do it. Iron Horse, yeah, we do a good job, man. We have a good Mr. Marlin, what's up, sir? Those kids are homeschooled. They going after AOJ now, Mr. Marlin. Yeah, they going after AOJ. Old story, but maybe you met the girl Alyssa. Says the AOJ case was 12 when she was 12, and then the Ricardinho case was at her 16 when she was 16. So was it AOJ and checkmate? Oh, it was AOJ then checkmate. So that girl got assaulted at two places? Wait a second. What's wrong with this sport? They allegedly assaulted that girl at two places? It says there are allegations against Leandro being aired now, and the person also said they told Checkmate multiple times, and Checkmate did nothing. Leandro Vieira says, unfortunately, two different incidents, once as a young child, the other as a teenager. Says, I think people here are blending two incidents. She had two. 12 years old and 16. The 12-year-old incident at AOJ and the 16-year-old incident with Ricardo Vieira. Okay, we got it straightened out. The one happened at AOJ, back when they were part of Autos, and then the second one happened with Checkmate, Ricardo Vieira. Okay, we got it. So all these gyms in trouble. With celebrities and athletes, we confuse talent with character. That's true. Iron got white mats everywhere looking happy. Coach always smiling. You guys got office equipment, man. That's good. L Snap. We got some big people for you, too. We got Big Dusty. So there were two incidences, which is pretty terrible. Unfortunately, they probably thought they were safe. And like I say, keep your eyes on everybody. Is that good advice? Keep your eyes on everybody. I feel like that's good advice. Keep your eyes on everybody. Keep them eyes on everybody. Easy. Says that seems to be the checkmate Ricardo Vieira, because the other woman who is also accusing accusing Leandro Vieira names also mentioned Alyssa when talking about checkmate not doing anything. She has not mentioned the AOJ perpetrator's name by name other than Rotulo Bro's parents, unless I'm misunderstanding the timeline in her original post. She was by far the most talented kid I ever met. Could have easily been competing with the top female black belts today. It's not just the predators that are the problem. It's also the adult losers who try to live through their jiu-jitsu kids. I hope she's able to recapture her magic someday. I don't think she's going back to jiu-jitsu. Do a soft voice video and tell everybody jiu-jitsu needs a hard reset. I mean, people don't listen to me anyway. I hope she's able to recapture her magic. She ain't going back to jiu-jitsu. Show me a protege, BJJ competitor, and I'll show you a-hole parents. Somebody. I'm seeing some stuff here. Let me move past that. Some names I'm not even reading on here. Some names I'm not even reading. I'm just like, let me skip past that. So it says, Jesus JFC. When I came back to BJJ in 2023 after 12-year hiatus, I knew the culture I was returning to was bad, but I never thought it would be this horrible. Ricardo was at Autos. Autos used to be part of AOJ. This post has nothing to do with Ricardo Vieta, the co-founder of Checkmat. It appears it is about an auto student with a similar name. I don't know if it's similar name. It's two different incidents, though. There are parents who live through their children, worship the instructors, and place their kids, placing at tournaments over their kids' safety. Unfortunately, yeah. I mean, Mr. Marlin would definitely know about that. Says, no, there are two different incidences. Once as a young child by a boy from Atos, and parents and coaches defended the boy's actions. And then she moved gyms, and later as a teen, she was harassed by Ricardo of Checkmat. Okay, so we got that settled. The Atos AOJ case was another juvenile, not Ricardo Vieta. But I think later, based on her post, she was harassed another time, still as a teen, but this time with Ricardo. Someone says, I had a private lesson with Hoffa in 2016 when I was like 22. He was quite literally my hero, and it was before AOJ truly blew up. I could go in, and there was only several people there, could tag them in posts, and they'd like and comment, something they mostly do with their inner circle by now. Whenever somebody got an inner circle, you know something up. My private was only 250, one of the cooler experiences of my life personally. Then within like a few years, they really nailed down on the kids and juvenile division, being a big business alongside influencer, and started really making sure to produce some of the best students in America, offering scholarships, having a close-knit group of people within their inner circle, and then also taking to social media to be this very Christian, almost far-right academy. Just too perfectly pristine and almost spoiled, if that makes sense. Like when, what's his name? Nick the Tooth lost to Matt Serra on The Ultimate Fighter and just went on a rampage. Shocked that he wasn't better than a world heavyweight champion in the UFC, despite being taught by Hoffa and Gi. I met Nick the Tooth a couple years ago. But it was and still is just a pure speculation and wondering. I have no proof of anything of any wrongdoings. It just doesn't fully shock me. They might shy away from a story like this instead of truly addressing it. Now, I do see, I'm not saying it's good to stay quiet, but they're trying not to pull an Andre. What a weird comment. I was off for a 12-year hiatus, and I knew BJJ was sus, but I came back anyway. These guys infuriate my little butthole. Okay. Okay, yeah. I didn't see that one. The SoCal BJJ scene is so toxic. I trained at one of the big SoCal schools for a few years, and not just talking shit from outside, especially when it comes to competition and youth competition teams. Toxic parents living out their dreams through their that's a lot to read. Toxic parents living out their dreams through their homeschooled, out-of-touch kids being trained by coaches intent on making money from comp and social media clout. The Rotulos and their parents are exemplary. And this story does not surprise me because no one other than people making money off of them or riding their coattails ever had anything good to say about them. Oh, dang. But they are not an outlier. But the amount of SA accusations coming out is truly shocking and so much worse than I already thought the scene was. So tragic that people like Alyssa had to carry this and deal with this since they were 12. There's lifelong trauma she will carry. Good on her dad, I guess, but the whole thing is depressing. Says she was a good athlete too back in the day. Maybe we'll click on that a little bit later. So that girl was assaulted in 2 different places. So we're going to have people over here defending. Helena's mom probably about the only one that's down to earth and cool. Oh, is she cool? Okay. And you know what? She keep her eyes. This how Helena's mom be looking at her. This her mom. This her mom every day. You ain't getting to Helena. No. Yeah, this is how I be. I'm not really even telling people to train jiu-jitsu anymore, to be honest. What's the point? And I would feel terrible if they got assaulted or something. Man, I don't tell people to go. I won't tell them to go nowhere I haven't been before. We read a little bit of this yesterday. This might be the last story we read. It was the statement from Madison Hughes. Again, you can't really pin a gender. Most people are saying, hey, watch out for the guys, but it does happen with female, with the females too. He says when they ask those jiu-jitsu kids to point to where they hurt you, they just going to pull out a Google Maps. Oh no. We read this yesterday. We were just going to go through, see some of the comments. It says, shit is going to start getting really, really messy for a bit, isn't it? Galvao going to end up kicking off a much-needed purging of the creeps in the BJJ community. There's too many to name. There's too many to name over here. Too many. Her mom don't mess around. Says, I have never experienced this, but my husband and I practice jiu-jitsu together. I'm concerned about my daughter growing up, but I'm super involved in kids program. Just keep your eyes out when they ask the jiu-jitsu kids. Oh, yeah. This should have happened 4 years ago when the cyborg scandal was revealed. Go back and read the New York Times article. It's arguably much, much worse than what happened in Autos. Was there a cyborg article? Oh, let me look that up real fast. Oh, there was an article. And what happened after that? Nothing. Dun, dun, dun. Says the best advice I can give you is to be more hands off and let them grow at their own pace and watch your daughter is undefeated, and I don't even think she takes her sport serious. Well, it's a hobby, so tell her to do some judo or wrestling. The BJJ Me Too movement, and I'm here for it. This is pretty much different from the Galvao situation. The police report says Jordan was laying on the ground, rambling about God and death, and was convinced people were following her, including the victim. This is more a mental health issue than an issue of the BJJ community enabling predators. Said it's different but the same. This happened in November. Kingsway should have come out and said, we have an instructor assault and harass a student. We've since fired the instructor and will support the student any way we can. Instead, they swept it under the rug. They didn't meet at Kingsway, and the victim wasn't a member there. They met at Henzo's. Isn't that where the Kingsway people were? And the victim didn't inform Kingsway until February 2nd. It's a difficult situation, but I can see why they chose to think for a few days and not to immediately publicly air out a former employee's mental health issues over something that happened at a different gym. Unfortunately, this purge happens every 5 years. Nothing changes. As soon as my son is old enough, I'm switching him to judo. Yeah. Well, says the fact that most people think this is about some female being sexually assaulted says a lot about the state of BJJ. Of course, Jordan is a woman. We found that out. The culty nature is a big turnoff. That's why I try to keep regular square friends around. The worst part is the court date happened in November and word is just getting out about it. And Gordon's inevitably tone-deaf response will be something along the lines of, I don't know, I was too busy. He's going to make it about Craig somehow. Maybe that's why Nikki's brother was trying to shill lifetime memberships for 20 large last Christmas. He could sense the need for a legal defense fund. They need that fund, that defense fund. We need a jiu-jitsu defense fund. I bet if we had a fund for that stuff, you get a lot more victims coming out. Lots of abusers and assaulters get exposed. It says Moss deleting every thread here when people try to discuss doesn't help. Basically, Andre got allegations of creepy stuff with a student, and now a lot of people have dropped the affiliation with Autos. We got Checkmat, we got Kingsway, we got everything. You aren't obsessed about it? Yeah. I mean, it's a hobby. Oh yeah, we forgot about Isaac. For a while, the Sonny, Gordon, Nikki Ryan threads were getting taken down. I remember the Wilsey threads being taken down as well. It says, off the top of my head, B Team won CGI 2 in a mildly controversial manner. Gordon crashed out about it for a solid month after. B Team is now Simple Man. There's rumors about J-Rod being back, but nobody seems to be able to confirm that. Isaac Michel got ousted as a sex pest / assaulter and seems to have fled to Australia. Hasn't been arrested to my knowledge. Andre Galvao of Autos has been ousted as a sex pest and / assaulter, allegedly, and has been booted / separated from Autos. A ton of gyms have dropped Autos affiliation. Craig has seemingly made it a personal mission in his life to support sexual assault victims. Has spoken a lot about it and raised money. For some reason, Gordon has issues with this. Craig released Octopus 2.0, and Gordon has released a petty Defeat the Octopus card for free, but I'm pretty sure every counter he says Craig mentions in the instructional. Says she always seemed a bit different, but I never would have expected this when I met her. After her split with one Tulsa chick, the following events are starting to make more sense. She had a long post about finding God while also being lesbian and him accepting it. Now, I wonder if it was a chatbot saying it was acceptable in the Christian faith. The most important thing is teach your kids is they have to have fun. They have to relate to you, and they have to do jiu-jitsu without knowing they're doing jiu-jitsu. I mean, honestly, most of jiu-jitsu is just playing around, really. It's just playing around. So jiu-jitsu is so messed up, the defense fund money is going to go to Galvao. Mr. Marlon says, how exhausting is this for you to talk about? Yeah. Yeah, we opened up a can of worms. We're going to watch a couple of matches too, though. I'm not sure why everyone is surprised. Ask any girl and they'll tell you countless stories in every circle they're in, which is sad. So yeah. That is true. That is true. The only issue is people get into martial arts to protect themselves, right? Someone else had something to say. So I'm train angry. Pork chop just want to eat and play. Yeah, that's basically it. Is this on train angry? I do want people to be educated though, because people in this sport don't read. They don't follow nothing. So while it is tiring and it does piss me off, I do want people to be educated. They need to put me as the head of quality control jiu-jitsu, give me the authority to shut the gym down. Yeah. Yeah, I want people to be educated on this crap. I know I hate it, but was this open earlier? So someone did have some words for Madison. Is that the girl's name? Someone says, what kind of monster do you have to be to falsely accuse someone of SA and think you can just blend in with real victims? Madison Hughes broke into Jordan's house, let her dog out, and called animal control, hacked her printers to steal her fitness business, and spread insane rumors about her. Jordan left RGA to get away from Madison, but Madison followed her to 10th Planet, Austin, Texas. What's wrong with Austin, Texas, man? See, I knew something was wrong with Austin, Texas when I was there. Madison, if you were really sexually assaulted, this is not me saying that. I'll zoom in so you guys can see that. I'm not saying these words. Why are you following her gym to gym? And just so that everyone knows, Jordan filed for a protective order first and was unable to get a lawyer. Madison put on her little act in court, breaking into tears, trying to play victim. If y'all want to know how she made it look so real, watch Madison's close friends on Netflix. They are on a documentary about an illegal sex cult called One Taste. Says if you aren't someone that blindly follows people, please do your own research, because Madison has everyone fooled and she knows it. Her and her sex cult need to get out of this sport. Okay. Don't repeat it. Don't repeat nothing she said. So it seems like there's more behind that story. We can't dig into it any deeper than that. Pause on me. No, Andre. We can't dig any deeper into that topic, so we're gonna leave that alone. Where's my thing at? Go back. We need more details about this cult. Dorothy Slipper's a gooner, bro. Jordan did say that they broke into her house last year. Okay. So there's more to the story. I don't get paid enough or at all to go into that, so I won't. You guys can go into it if you want. So there's issues everywhere. I do want to see if Gordon said anything. He probably didn't say anything. He didn't say nothing. Okay, nothing. Okay, he didn't say anything. Okay. Yeah, he didn't say anything. I do want to watch a couple matches, then we'll dip out of here, man. It says right now the whole sexual assault case is in the air because she has some receipts and other girl said she has some receipts. Okay. Dean Silver. Let's watch a match or something, man. We do have a match of Alyssa. Can we watch that? So when you guys don't believe these kids, man, that makes me sad, bro. That's a little girl. Where are all these bots at? Where did they go? That's 12 years ago, but look at you, orange belt back then.
My name is Alyssa Mia Wilson. I'm 11 years old, orange belt, and I train at Artist Jiu-Jitsu. I started training Jiu-Jitsu when I was 4 years old. My dad took me to an academy, and I saw all these people doing flips, and I wanted to try it. So this day on, I did it, and I love it.
Few more matches?
I'm competing in the 5 tournament because I like competing, and it lets me do cool moves, and I like taking challenges.
Look at that girl. You guys don't believe that girl?
My favorite moves and techniques are the triangle Kimura, and I really like passing the guard. My long-term goals in the sport is to be a black belt world champion, open my own academy, and have a girls' camp.
She don't even train anymore.
I like training every day because it improves my game and it helps me get stronger for when I compete.
Mr. Marlin, we look at all matches. We look at different type of matches over here. We don't just look at girl matches. We watch all the matches that we can find. I think I lost a couple matches. Let me look at Declan Moody real fast. We've been covering so much of this crap. Usually we watch some matches on here. They're going to Shark Tank AG's bank account. Who's AG?
A heavyweight, guys. First impression.
How to not be a real father. I don't know if I agree with that, Mr. Marlin. Because it seemed, I mean, clearly the girl was assaulted in the first time. Well, you might be right about that, yeah. How are you gonna? I mean, somebody assault your kids now. The second time, I don't know why you let her go off with the second family. I don't know if that's the good take though, Mr. Marlin. I just don't know if I agree with that. Yeah, I'm not gonna. Why are people assaulting his daughter then? Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that, Mr. Marlin. You can call me later if you want to talk about it. I don't know their circumstances. Well, the dad knocked out the Rotullo dads. The Rotullo brothers' dad. Yeah. I don't know the situation. You know more about it than me. But I mean, at the end of the day, a girl got assaulted twice. I'm not in California. I don't know the story like you know it. So you have more information. You've been around these people more than me. Yeah, your daughter's safe, but I mean, it still makes me sad. And I'm not going to celebrate someone's the parents failing. The predators pick on kids with weak fathers and absent fathers. MG, no, let's leave Marcel alone, please. Leave Marcel alone.
Declan Moody, the Who's Number One, a Grand Prix champion versus Mayhem McKina.
And this has to be the heaviest guy in this main event versus the lightest?
It is. 95 kilos, I think Declan Moody weighed in at. Almost getting a foot sweep.
Like, Mayhem is a super athletic dude, very dynamic in his movement. And we've seen it before on Palace. We saw it with Fabricio Andre. Someone like that was able to take out much larger opponents.
Yeah, the beauty of this new updated squads format where there is a decision victory. You know, we had the original squads where it was a draw, like a lot of these team events are. If it's a draw, if there's no submissions. But now there's opportunities for the smaller guys to actually take out the big guys without having to submit them.
Yeah, I think it's a great change. The other thing that we get to see then is a little bit more strategy coming into play. The points change quite frequently. And also we see the guys start to get tired, and that's where we see a lot of action happening as well.
McKina, of course, has won Worlds, he's won Pans. His whoa! Declan Moody summarily shoves him off the mat here. His last match, interestingly enough, was a win over his now teammate for tonight, Owen Jones.
Yeah. Yeah, he put on passing. It was such beautiful outside passing in that, and it ended up getting towards north-south. It was a pretty tight match, in all honesty, but he did really do a great job of kind of figuring out Owen Jones's guard.
Nice arm drag here from Moody.
But excellent recovery from Mayhem.
They're going to reset in the middle of the mat here.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the most important things that they need to remember is they need to stay in the middle of the mat. If they don't do that, then they're gonna get a lot of resets, and they're gonna get a lot of missed opportunities that we've seen in the squads.
And this is a really tough position to be. Moody's top pressure is, obviously he's a big guy, but just specializing in that. Very, very strong top game.
We've seen smaller guys, like, for example, Owen Jones. He faced, man, I'm blanking on the guy's name, at CJI.
Kainan Duarte.
Right? One of the best, like, super heavyweight, ultra heavyweight guys, and managed to just stall him out.
Yeah, he did.
In that, didn't get his guard pass, didn't end up in too bad positions. And the nice thing is, if Mayhem can do the same thing, and maybe he loses, he's obviously just been taken down and whatnot.
Nice route drag.
Nice.
It means that Declan's going to be
for Moody there.
Yeah, Declan's going to have to be. He's going to be that little bit more tired in this next match.
So he's managed to flatten McKina out here, and he's trying to bring all that weight to bear on him. Moody, of course, taking out Justin Michael, Ryan Aiken, and Dante Leon back in October of last year to win that Who's Number One Openweight Grand Prix. Head back in the Flow Grappling archives, check out all that action.
Yeah, Mayhem getting really flattened out now. You can see Declan's got that heavy crossface working, passing the guard.
Just really nice crossface, turning that head away as well.
Yeah.
And just systematically shutting down this position very slowly.
You maybe can't see from the angle of the camera, but Declan had his arm all the way under and to the far side of
It's not just a tight
body.
waist, it's a tight,
like he
tight
can.
near hip.
He's cupping the far side or the near side ribs there. And
excellent regard from Mayhem.
The amount of energy he's having to exert to escape these positions.
Yeah, but again, we're going to see this movement on the outside of the mat. They're going to get the reset coming back into the middle, which isn't really ideal, potentially for either competitor, because it stalls the action.
The girls,
the girls would have some on his hunt for a 2-point victory here if he could submit the Brazilian. Rough start for McKina stepping into this. He's got some back defense to put to work here. Just about a little over a minute left.
Yeah, this is the problem with resetting positions. They're never quite the same position exactly, are they?
Yeah, and it also, like, it stifles the movement as well. Like, Declan was doing a good job of kind of chasing McKina's back, and now it kind of stops, right? And, yeah, like, he's managed to get to this kind of mount position.
Yeah, Declan's doing all right with it.
Yeah, but he could have been on the back and, you know, might have been a much better position for him. I think tactically it is very important to stay in the center of the mat, versus continually playing.
It's like a 100-pound weight difference
so
or something.
Failed kipping escape for McKina as Moody walks this mount up a little bit higher now, trying to look for that head and arm.
Yeah, just 30 seconds to go in this first fight, and this is one thing that you'll get used to whenever you're, you know, especially if you watch the prelims or something and there's, you know, multiple 5-minute rounds. These 5 minutes go very, very quickly, and it takes a little
Smash
bit
and
of
pass,
adjusting to if you're used to watching 10, 15-minute super fights.
Yeah, it's excellent.
That
it's
looks
really
like me
nice
and Elo
pacing,
snap rolling.
It keeps the action flowing very, very well.
But it can, you know, it can be difficult to get stuff going.
Yeah. Well, that's the nice thing is.
Okay, we're gonna go to the
But you can see that kill with Declan Moody more than likely going to take the 1-point victory. But you can see that countdown clock immediately. You do not get time to pick who comes out next.
They're not even waiting for the hand to get
It's
raised.
straight back in. Yeah, a little bit jumping the gun maybe.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by decision from WNO, Declan Moody.
Yeah, so now...
Bernardo got some words for us, actually, on this topic. It's from a couple months ago.
The most important thing about a jiu-jitsu school is not the technique, it's not the facility, it's not the city. Guys, today I have a question here from a user. I'm gonna keep it anonymous because he talks about his school and this and that. Hi Bernardo, what are your opinion about a jiu-jitsu instructor that doesn't treat the students right? For example, he always overdo the students for a promotion. The instructor always throws the students under the bus. And also, these students have group text chats bad-mouthing other students. Guys, this is like, I even feel bad to hear that because this is a very sad situation. I don't think jiu-jitsu schools should be like this. And what I'm gonna say here is, it sounds like this place that you train is very toxic. I would probably avoid training there. I'm sorry to say that, and that's why I don't even want to mention the names here. But I always tell everyone, including my students, that in my opinion, the most important thing about a jiu-jitsu school is the environment. In my opinion, it's not the technique, it's not the facility, it's not the city, it's the environment. What do I mean with that? I truly believe that every single jiu-jitsu school, the instructor should lead by example on how to treat the students, and he should be the nicest person to make sure that all the students below are the nice people as well. When that happens, the bad apples doesn't fit. So if the instructor is a very nice person and treat the students very well, probably all the students will be similar. And if a student comes with a bad attitude, he doesn't fit in the group and he might leave. I have seen that happening on many schools, including on my school here in Bedford, Massachusetts. And I truly believe that that's how it should be. So it comes from the top, you know, like it comes from the top. And in this case over here, I'm hearing say that the instructor throws the students under the bus, that he overdo the promotion for the students. What is he doing? You know, what is he doing? Because in my mind, this student is not a student. He's a customer. He's a client. And if you're running a business, your job is to treat the customer and the client in the best way possible. At the end of the day, the customers are the bosses. Like, if all the customers decide to leave overnight, next day, you don't have a business anymore. So it's the job of the instructor to be the nicest person to the customer, you know, like to the client, to the student. I always talk about that. Like many times I see people in life that they want to do right things, but they screw up the free things. What do I mean with that? Guys, there is no cost on treating people well. Your friends, your family, your staff. When you go to a restaurant, the waiter, the staff in the restaurant, any place, you know, like, this doesn't cost anything and it goes very far. Being a nice person to other humans, it's one of the best things any person can do, because now everybody likes you, you know, like, and if everybody likes you, you can go much further in life. You can have a lot more friends. So it just doesn't make sense to me to hear that on a jiu-jitsu school that should be a place that it's like a very respectful, that a good atmosphere, and then the instructor, the top of the department over there, treats the clients and the students very bad. And guys, I believe that one of the reasons that jiu-jitsu is growing so much It's because little by little, this is changing. If you go back many years ago in Jiu-Jitsu, like 20, 30 years ago, Jiu-Jitsu was a lot like that. Like only the very tough people would survive and stay. All the others would leave because the instructor was that very old mentality guy who would like almost like whip the students, you know, like. So this is not good. And nowadays, Jiu-Jitsu is a lot more commercial, which in my opinion is a great thing because it reaches a lot more people, you know, like now there's a lot more people doing Jiu-Jitsu. Your kids can do Jiu-Jitsu and you can feel like safe. If my kids are training in a place that instructors like arrogant and throw the students under the bus, as you mentioned here, I wouldn't have my kids training there, you know, like. So, and the last thing I would say, guys, is that I think one of the beauties of Jiu-Jitsu and one of the things that, one of the reasons that creates this connection between the teammates, there is a trust in Jiu-Jitsu. When I'm rolling with someone, that person trusts that I'm not gonna hurt him, and I trust that this person is not gonna hurt me. So once you shake hands and you start rolling, there is this big trust in Jiu-Jitsu. We trust that when I do this, the guy's gonna let go. He trusts that when he does this, I'm gonna let go. So there's a lot of trust.
Yeah, everybody loves Bernardo.
And you know, if you think deeply, friendships are made on top of trust. You know, like who are your friends? Are the people that you trust. I trust that he's not gonna do anything bad to me. So there's a lot of trust. And Jiu-Jitsu creates this trust as soon as you roll with the person. Like there's a deal there. Hey, don't hurt me, I don't hurt you. If an accident happens, we get it, it's okay. Now, if you're training on a place that's totally like toxic and the instructor is very arrogant and it's always like joking around, putting you down, you know, like trying to, you know, like not to lift you up as a person, but try to downside you. It's not fun, you know, like I'm sorry to say that, but my suggestion here would be for you to go find another school, you know, like maybe don't sign up on that other school. Stay there for a week or for a month, check it out, see how is the environment. Just make sure that you're not changing like apples to apples, you know, like you should be training on a place that's a great environment, instructor is very nice, the students are very nice, good schedule, place is clean. This is a good place to train, you know, like. And then of course like good technique and things like that. But to me, the number one thing, it is the environment. So anyways, I hope that helps you. And guys, if you guys are over like 30, 35, 40 in Jiu-Jitsu, one of my favorite series of instructional videos is the Jiu-Jitsu for...
Then we got one more video. Oh, actually we got another match. Lucas Burnett versus Mateus Luna. I didn't know Mateus Luna is a twin. This is from Euros. I didn't know that kid was a twin. Mateus in the black. Double guard pull. They got 20 seconds to come up. He gets an advantage for that. Some single leg X. I don't suggest anybody play single leg X in the gi as much. But it looks like he's got a toe hold. He got the toe in the butt hold defense. Okay. That was good defense there. That was good attack and good defense. Might be hard to finish the toe hold here. But maybe switch the knee bar possibly. Oh yeah. Well, God forbid you step out there when the ref don't call you, they be upset. You're gonna get a penalty. So Mateus kind of hanging here, you know. Make sure his leg's not falling off. He's able to get out. Almost. Okay, advantage for that attack. 50-50. Not the most exciting position we want to see. He's gonna step out. Nice. Mateus Luna is checkmate. He checkmate. BJJ Fanatics. Well, I'm on there too, so I can't say too much. But yeah, I mean, you guys gonna keep supporting these people. So what does it matter anymore? No, they took Andre's stuff down. Actually, I'm gonna see if they got Andre Galvao in there. Nice knee cut attempt here. You got that pant leg though. Avantage. Juice. Okay, back up. He's on the. I hate that earpiece though. That when they do that earpiece, I hate that earpiece. They're gonna restart him standing. No advantage for that. For the near guard pass, no. Double guard pull. Advantage to the opponent. Guard, close guard. Restart in the middle. Alec, Craig Jones, and Gordon, Ryan, Roberto might be the only people left on BJJ Fanatics. Go ahead and take Gordon Ryan off of there. Which Roberto? Ooh, armbar. He struck out. Oh, wait a second. How did he get caught in armbar? Little shotgun armbar. Okay, yeah. That's a nice little attack right there. Very traditional jiu-jitsu move right there. Hey. Nice. How you go from armbarring somebody to taking their back? How you go from, yeah, almost armbar to getting your back taken? Advantage. They both should have an advantage. It's so hard to score in jiu-jitsu. You got to do all this just to get an advantage. All this stuff and got no point. Look, he on the earpiece. They both should have an advantage. Roberto Menez. Oh, I thought you meant Roberto. There's too many Robertos. Let me skip. Why are we watching this crap? Nah, yo. The restarts, they always get me on the restarts. I never get a good. Look, he got the horse collar too. Oh man, he about to get you. Yeah, that's not. No, you should have just restarted him. Looking 50 at 22. I wonder why. Okay, somebody looking for toe hold. No? Okay, 50-50. Mirasaki be reaping people from here. Nice. Hey, underhook. Nice movement from both guys, yeah. He's in a down position. So Mateus, do not pull guard there. That's how Murasaki lost. Next few years. How old is it? He's 16 or something? I don't know. Jiu-Jitsu brothers don't tend to do. I mean, hopefully he does well. He riding a knee cut. Collapsing the knee shield. Okay. Chest to chest. There we go. He's pretty chill. About to work his half guard game. Looking for the armbar. There's a sweep there too. He lost his guard, so there's not a sweep anymore. Armbar. Hey, this guy hard to armbar. Yo. Okay, that might be it. That's not it. Okay, that's it. Okay, dang, he almost got out of there. He almost got out of there. He like a. I call that the zombie move. I call that a zombie move. We got Corby.
Oh,
versus,
if it's a
Corby versus Pyramid.
Later on, we're going to get a preview of what match would decide the event.
And they must have trained together as well, because I know that Taylor was out at standard training, like in preparation for CJI, right?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, of course, he was on Team European. Yeah. No, Team American Misfits. Yeah.
Team America.
Team America.
So it's interesting he's chosen to stand up now. Like he, you know, potentially could just be draining the clock a little bit before he sits down.
Draining the what?
Cool.
What that man just said.
West Coast Trials champion, beat AJ Agazam. Gianni Grippo beat his brother, knocked his own brother out of the trials, and then took out Keith Krikorian. Ended up getting knocked out in the first round of ADCC to Fabricio Andre, though. He was supposed to compete on Who's Number 131 against Pato Diego Oliveira back in December, but unfortunately that match was cancelled the week of due to illness.
Well, he's already faced Pato in the Zapatero Invitational, correct? And I think he ended up taking him out in a very close match in the final.
He took $100 grand home for winning that tournament.
Yeah. He took out a lot of good guys. Josh Serrano's was another one that he ended up beating.
So Pierman looking to play from the bottom here again. Very much is his game.
Yeah, really nice destabilization.
Yeah, I mean, both teams have got very prevalent leg lockers. We'll talk about Chris Wojcik, I'm sure, when it comes to it on Team Who's Number 1. But Team Polaris stacked with folks who are going to go after the legs here. We know that's Flanagan's game. We know it's Canard's game. Somewhat.
Well, you know, DeAndre's a guard passer.
Yeah, I really like that little off balance that Taylor's doing. He's stretching out almost like in a kind of a De La Riva position to recover his inside leg, and he brings it straight across the hip.
Keep pressure high. Stay close.
DeAndre doing a really nice job of just removing Taylor's frames and keeping that pressure down towards him.
Now, thanks to our sponsors, Warrior Crunch protein bars are available on Amazon or in every local
Warrior
Asda
Crunch
store now.
I'm gonna be selling out
Thank you for
soon.
their continued sponsorship here at Polaris.
Keep moving forward.
That's Greg Souders. You can hear him yelling.
Nice.
Pierman's got a good guard.
By Taylor.
This underhook De La Riva game.
Underhook grip and then twisting towards the inside.
Might spin under or something, leg
Taylor's
lock.
looking to scoop underneath that far leg, and then he can just start to invert.
Guys, what are some of the keys for the man on top when you've got a guy who's looking guy on top to turn the tide in his favor a little bit?
Well, I mean, he needs to. DeAndre needs to kind of prevent inside position as much as he can.
Okay, he's
He's
out.
doing a really good job of that. Kept removing the feet.
Pierman's too chill,
Trying
bro.
to beat that knee line.
He's
Yeah,
too
lots
chill.
of nice ankle control here, trying to keep, like you said, Tom, the frames off of the hips and the inside of the legs, and then, you know, for me, I feel like looking to
Greg
connect to the
Souders,
upper body
hear him
somehow,
from
so
a
you can negate
mile away.
Yeah.
that leg position.
I'm trying to find this
Yeah, I mean, this
article.
is the hard thing, though. If Taylor gets one good bite on like a leg into an entry, something like that, then, you know, it can really shift how this match is viewed in the judges' minds.
Yeah, especially as short matches, it only takes one
big-
as we
one
saw in
big
the last
moment,
one, one big moment, swing the whole thing.
Yeah, I'd stick him back in the middle right now.
Yeah, that's what I would like to see as well. Give him a little bit more space to move. And particularly as they're in a relatively open position, too.
See that back step attempt there.
A lot of
Starting to-
combination passing.
That's it, starting to up the pace a little bit.
Well, we heard the corner of Team Who's Number 1 shout short time.
They're passing by,
a good 45
Corby.
seconds ago and ask him to really start trying to send the passing.
Yeah, well, I mean, just over a minute left in this match, and it is everything to play for. Any big moment here, a close
Change
pass,
your logo to the shield.
a sweep could
Yeah,
steal a decision.
DeAndre is doing a really nice job of switching from side to side, and like we said, keeping those feet off him
Stack
the whole
passing. We're
time.
seeing more stack passing in Nogi.
He's passing here. He's tight.
Oh,
A
he's
little
got
more
a
stack
leg
back.
drag here.
Oh,
Yeah,
it got
he's in
stuck
a
in
great
it.
position. He's anchored to the
No.
upper body, collapsing those legs down. It's only the underhook of Taylor Pierman that's preventing the pass now.
And I think that is a secured pass there. And for my money, that's going to be enough unless something else happens right
Taylor
now.
Pierman's
in the
under
other
80?
direction.
I
He must have cut a lot of
even
weight.
if Pierman retains guard, gets back to some semblance of guard. He's still got to
He must have cut a lot of weight.
with 30 seconds left.
That's going to be, tricky to do. Unless he can catch
No,
something in the
sir,
scramble. So if
they
he
are
can
never the
manage to
same,
invert,
but
free his
reference
legs up.
there.
I think DeAndre's doing a really great job with his head positioning. And also, I think Taylor's just relatively
Possible
happy.
Kimura attempt here, maybe.
Oh, he's got a good grip here. 12
He's sitting
seconds.
back.
Going to sit into
Nah, he's
it.
out.
Just slipped out of his hands there.
Yeah.
Oh, Pierman's managed to get a grip, and he's going to hold on for everything he's worth for the last 5 here.
And that will certainly secure it for Team WNO.
Let's see if Mr. Galval is still on. Shout out to BJJ Fanatics. I do like BJJ Fanatics though. You need some merch. We need merch over here too. LO Snap. I'm still waiting on LO Snap. Andre still got his DVDs. He got that many. God, dog, he making. I think I only got one on there. He got a lot on there. Now they took the Rockin' the Baby off of there. That was some good money. He made some good money. He probably definitely made more money than me. Uh-oh. Sorry, BJ Fanatic. They oh, you guys can't even see. Okay, that one didn't. What about the Mendez brothers? Yeah, DeBlas, yeah. Do they have any incriminating? Sorry, you guys know I'm on there too. Okay, thank you, sir. I mean, I'm in no rush. I ain't in no rush. Okay, yeah, they only got two instructors on there. I do want to see if we can read the Cyborg article, and that might be it for me. I'm pretty tired at this point. Let me move that off. I don't want you guys seeing my information. Shout out to the library. That's the only way I can afford a New York Times. You made a oh, sweet. You gonna wear it, or who's supposed to wear it? Okay, let's look at this Cyborg article. So this was on the New York Times. So yeah, we gotta get some merch. We appreciate you, LL Snap. LL Snap, I gotta say, he's one of the biggest supporters of the live stream. To be honest, I would not be here live streaming if he wasn't here. I'll be enjoying my life if LL Snap wasn't here. I'll do some other shit, to be honest. So I'll read this, and that'll be it for today. This came out in 2021. Oh, shit, it's pretty long. We'll jump around a little bit. We're going to jump around a little bit. The stream will be be able to order? Okay. It says the martial arts star is criticized for his handling of abuse cases. It's the same story. Okay, sweet. Oh, LL Snap set everything up. Martial arts stars is criticized for his handling of abuse cases. Roberto Abreu, known as Cyborg, has acknowledged missteps in the way he responded to sexual abuse allegations in his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu organization. In March 2018, a 31-year-old instructor in the martial arts of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was arrested at a gym in Naples, Florida. He was charged with 3 counts of sexual assault of a 16-year-old girl who was one of his students and a close family friend. So, we do get people, I always say I did this training on here. So, sometimes, where's Mr. Marlon? I'm calling you out today. Sometimes people think it's because the father is not strong or the family's not there. Kids can get preyed on regardless. It could be family, friends, people you trust. So I just don't like when people say, oh, well, the dad was weak. And that's not an excuse for someone to abuse your kid because you weak or the wife is weak or whoever is weak. What if sometimes people don't got, what if you're adopted? You ain't got no parents. It's okay to abuse them? No. So I always put all the attention on the person doing the victimizing, the abusers, the predators. So I'd rather you guys focus on them instead of, okay, the parents. Maybe the parents, hey, some of you parents, in California, them parents working hard, 18 hours a day just to afford to train there. So I just don't want to be that kind of place where we're like, well, the father is weak or maybe the parents made mistakes, but that doesn't make it okay for their kids to get abused and assaulted over here. If you guys want to go through the training, I did my training. You guys want to do some training with me? I'll go through the pamphlet. If anybody want to argue with me, where my pamphlet at? I got my pamphlet. I did my training, everybody. I did my training. I'll go through this with you word by word. And listen, this can happen to anybody, any kids, anybody can be preyed upon. Me, you, and Mush and Danny need to go get a fade tour around the United States. Man, it might. Oof. Some of these people I might hurt though. I might actually hurt some people. Cain Velasquez versus Andre Galvao. Uh-oh. And you're gonna say, was it Cain Velasquez niece or something? You're gonna say, well, where was the father? Where was the blah? Sometimes things happen. When people got negative intentions, anybody can get caught. March 28, 2018, a 31-year-old instructor from Naples, Florida, sexually assaulted a 16-year-old girl. Today, the unresolved case and other allegations of sexual misconduct are rocking the sport. This is 5 years ago, everybody. It's the same thing in this sport. It says it's rocking the sport and dogging one of its most powerful figures, Roberto Abreu. He was the longtime teacher and close friend of the man who was accused of assaulting the 16-year-old. And many in the community assert that Abreu, Cyborg, could have used his influence to expose and forcefully denounce sexual misconduct in the sport. It's just cultural. Epstein files of jiu-jitsu, yeah. You never know, the kids could be scared to say anything. It's different in every case. I don't blame anyone but the person. Yeah, that's what I do. I just blame the people doing the crime. I'm not. So that's what we call victim blaming, victim shaming, when you blame people for being assaulted and abused. And these people, a lot of times these people are underage. In the Naples case, Cyborg, a highly regarded fighter, came under fierce criticism that he ignored the accuser and lent support to the man who was arrested, Marcelo Concalves. I never say that man's name right. Even welcoming him at the Fightsports gym after he was detained. Concalves and Abreu are from the same region of Brazil, and Cyborg is the godfather of Concalves' young son. Oh, that makes it even worse. Abreu, I'm just going to jump around a little bit. He acknowledged some missteps. He wrote to the victims and their families, "I am sorry for my poor handling, ill preparedness, and lack of proper leadership to address the horrible experiences they had to go through." When are the Mendez brothers going to post? They're not going to post shit. It says, unlike other martial arts such as judo, taekwondo, and karate, Brazilian jiu-jitsu is not an Olympic sport. It lacks a recognized international governing body with full regulatory and disciplinary power. This is 5 years ago. Nothing has changed. Uniform rules and standardized drug testing. Joao Silva, the president of the Sport Jiu-Jitsu International Federation, Sport Jiu-Jitsu is a different martial art, is seeking to unify the sport to gain Olympic recognition. Speaking generally about the sport, he said, people these days are looking for financial gain and not really for the development of the sport. How can I make an event more money? Oh, this guy abused somebody or everybody? Who cares? Put him in. He's paying. Let's jump around a little bit. Cyborg seemed incensed about Concalves was arrested on second-degree felony charges in Florida. He wrote on Instagram, "Sexual assault can never be tolerated, and that my heart breaks for the victim and her family." And he said he would be held accountable. Mo Jassim, shout out to Mo. Presented evidence from other fighters that Concalves was permitted to train and socialize at Abreu's flagship gym in Miami and at Associate Florida gyms after his arrest. Jassim, who said he was motivated by concerns of the Mo Jassim ain't said shit lately. He said something about Isaac, but that was it. Jassim, who said he was motivated by concern for the accusers, also published a statement from Hind Shawat, 42, a Moroccan visual artist, who said she was assaulted while attending a Fightsports training camp in Bonito, Brazil in September 2016. Oh, Jesus Christ. In an interview with the New York Times, Shawat said she was asleep in the Mora Hotel when she awakened to find another fighter on top of her. According to the police report read the Times, Paulo Felix Figueiredo, then 37, was arrested and charged with attempted rape. Hotel security footage showed Figueiredo entering Shawat's room, but he denied assaulting her. He just was in the room, the police said. When reached by the Times, Figueroa said he knew nothing about Fightsports, but he was at the Fightsports camp. According to Shawat, Abreu told her that because her attacker had not penetrated her, it was no big deal. You see, you guys be defending all these people, man. Who, what happened? No. You see these guys be quiet. Yeah, well, I sacrificed myself for you guys. I'm starting to regret that now. I'm starting to regret that right about now. A former member, no penetration, no big deal, Cyborg said. What do you expect from these people? You think they care about you people, man? You guys support these people. I keep saying that, but it's true. You guys support these people. Give them all your money. It's all good. Abreu and Shawat's coach at the time, who operated Fightsports franchise in Casablanca, pressured her to drop the charges. Shawat said, and feeling isolated in Brazil and fearing for her safety, she complied. Shawat called Abreu the biggest coward. Not the only coward. One who protects accused fighters who attack without fear. A former member of the Fightsports team who participated in the camp confirmed in an interview that Shawat recounted the incident and Abreu's reaction to him at the time. The witness asked not to be identified in this article. After a statement he made to JASM was published in August, the witness said Abreu's father and 2 black belt jiu-jitsu fighters visited her mother's home in Brazil in an apparent attempt to silence him, warning that he should stay out of it. Abreu said that, doesn't that sound what my comments, that's exactly what my comments be saying. My comments be saying that. You ready for Bible night? Yeah, Bible study. Abreu said he made no such statements to Shawat dismissing the attack and did not pressure her to drop the charges against Figueroa. Instead, Abreu said he ordered Figueroa to leave the camp. I respect all women and I do not condone sexual misconduct. And that is why the person involved in her incident was expelled from the team, but he's probably still a part of the team, to be honest. Abreu's father, also named Roberto, visited the witness's mother's house, Abreu said, to tell the witness to stop spreading false information about Fightsports and myself. And assault in Houston. Houston always in trouble. What's wrong with these places, bro? I got to take a break after this, man. I'm tired. I'm tired of all this. I'm tired of the sport. Tired of my commentator. Tired of my trolls. In Abreu's words, jiu-jitsu values as taught by him transform lives by helping my students develop self-confidence through discipline, respect, teamwork, and integrity. But it is also a sport whose black belt instructors are regularly addressed as master and professor, and according to JASM, are viewed almost like demigods. Jiu-jitsu's close quarters training also erases the physical boundary between the instructor and students. You're taking these girls 15, 16 years old with a coach who they look up to, and then they have the pressure of succeeding at all costs, he said. I think all that combined is a recipe for disaster. Mandy Schneider was 16 in October 2020 when she said she was manipulated into drinking wine by her Fightsports instructor and raped in a hotel the night before a competition in Houston. The instructor, Rodrigo da Costa Oliveira, this is a whole different person. This is the third case they talked about. They talked about, well, second or third. They talked about the initial one, 2018, 2021. I don't remember what year it was. I can't keep up. Most of the people at lower belt trolling, yeah. Houston competition in Houston instructor Rodrigo da Costa Oliveira, he probably in Brazil now, had trained in Abreu's Cyborg's Miami gym and received a black belt from Cyborg. Snyder first told her story to the Jiu-Jitsu Times. Shortly after the assault, Oliveira, then 29, left the country. Abreu wrote to Schneider's family on social media last November 11th, Gary Schneider, Mandy's father, and said he insisted that Abreu contact U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, seeking to revoke Oliveira's visa, which Abreu did in a letter dated the same day. Mandy Schneider, who lives in Frisco, Texas, outside Dallas, said she appreciated the gesture for my own safety, but criticized Abreu for his judgment in developing Oliveira as an instructor. According to the police report, Oliveira faces charges of trafficking a child to engage in sexual conduct. He did not respond to attempts to reach him. Schneider, now 17, is in therapy to deal with the trauma of her attack. She told her story to the New York Times with her father's consent and said she is speaking out to bring awareness to sexual assault and jiu-jitsu and help her begin to heal. Schneider found some catharsis, she said, in burning the black belt that Oliveira left behind at the gym in Frisco, where he worked. She continues to compete, partly in defiance of him. He told her, she said, that if she let anyone know about the assault and he had to leave, she would have little success without him. That's what they always say. It's kind of a slap in the face. Now, so this is 3 stories we've been talking about. 3 stories. The teenager who accused Concalves of assaulting her said she began training with him when she was 11 or 12. She asked that her name be withheld. The teenager babysat for Concalves' son and said she often spent time at their home. In retrospect, the teenager's father said Concalves seemed to be grooming his daughter. All she wanted to do was to be great, the father said. The guy saw that and took advantage of it. On December 9th, 2017, days after her 16th birthday, the teenager said Concalves offered to give her a massage at his home and assaulted her. It happened a second time that night, she said, leaving her shaking, feeling empty. The assaults continued until February 2018. The teenager told the authorities Concalves, she said, kept telling her that if she told anyone, it would ruin his son's life. Eventually, she told a friend who informed a police officer at school, and on March 13, 2018, Concalves was arrested. The few times she encountered Abreu after that, she said he looked the other way. Being shunned by people so highly respected in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and who had seemed to publicly support her after Concalves was arrested left her feeling ashamed and embarrassed, she said, as if I did something wrong. Rumel, 37, who owns the Naples gym where Concalves taught the teenager and was arrested, said that Abreu told him that the sexual relationship wasn't even that bad and that the girl was 16 and she wanted it. Abreu said he never made such a harmful comments. He got a good lawyer, possibly. Abreu said he did not recall having any contact with the teenager after Concalves was arrested. He said he could only offer my sincere apology and strive to make sure that what he called terrible harm to a teenager did not occur. It already occurred 2 other times that we know of. The case against Concalves recently hit a significant snag. On the September 21st, he skipped a court hearing in Naples, and a warrant was issued for his arrest. He did not respond to requests for comment. His lawyer declined to be interviewed. Hours after that hearing, Abreu sent a statement to the New York Times denying speculation in the jiu-jitsu community that he had helped Concalves flee the country. But Abreu acknowledged visiting his Brazilian hometown, Campo Grande, a month earlier and encountering Concalves there. How did he get there? Nah, but listen, what's my guy's name? Spirit of Justice said it wasn't the Brazilians. It could be anybody. That's what I want to get across. It could be anybody, but it does seem to be a lot of Brazilians. Brazilians, where are you to defend yourselves? Asking in writing if he had alerted authorities in Florida or Brazil to Concalves' location, Abreu did not answer directly. He wrote, I told Marcel that he needed to make responsibility for his actions, and I permanently cut ties with him. That ain't no punishment. That ain't no punishment. Cyborg and Isaac are getting knees to the groin, half guard passing, and everything else. He double clobbered. Cyborg got double clobbered. Oh, yeah, he didn't have the best. Well, he made it to the finals in his weight class, didn't he? Zero tolerance. When Jassim wrote about Marcel Concalves, I think that's his name, case in August, Abreu said in a statement that he was rescinding Concalves' black belt and severing all ties with them. That ain't no punishment. He told Jiu-Jitsu Times that he was also revoking black belts given to Oliveira, accused of assaulting Mandy Schneider, and to Tony Harris. Oh, another person? That's 4 stories. You had the Mandy girl, you had the girl that was in Naples, Houston, Florida, Brazil, and there's another one. He's also took Tony Harris's black belt, a former Fightsports affiliated instructor in Illinois, and barring them from all Fightsports academies. That don't mean nothing. Harris was convicted of sexually assaulting in 2014 one of his female students who was 15 at the time. Abreu, he ain't got nothing to say. You guys know I fought Cyborg one time. It didn't go too well. Abreu also said he was creating a sexual misconduct hotline. The fact that you need that, is there a hotline? and implementing a zero-tolerance policy at Fightsports gyms. It was seen by some, though, as a fumbling response. Victims should call 911, not Fightsports Hotline. If you call Fightsports Hotline, they're going to cover it up. Do not go to leadership. That's what I learned. Don't go to leadership. Leadership ain't going to do shit. Don't go to leadership. Go to the police. Put a case on them. Don't go to leadership. Leadership like this with the predators like that. Victims should call 911, not the Fightsports Hotline, if they are assaulted, said Nathaniel Quills, 38, who formerly trained at Abreu's flagship gym in Miami. Are you kidding me? He says, as for Fightsports' new zero tolerance policy, Quills said, it should have always been zero tolerance. We zero tolerance over here too. It says an earlier version of this article said the accuser in the case of Marcel Conclaves was 14 when she began training with him. The information was based on an interview with the accuser. After the story was published, a woman and her father contacted the Times and said she had been mistaken and that she was 11 or 12 at the time. So that's it, man. This shit's depressing. All right, I'm done, man. I got nothing else I want to say. Thank you for your support. Thank you for the trolls. Thank you for the people that aren't trolls. I say don't get jaded, but I do get jaded a little bit, though. That's basically it, man. We'll be going till Monday, so if anything else happens, if anybody... Well, first off, jiu-jitsu people, stop getting in trouble. I'm tired of covering you guys. If anything, we'll keep you updated by Monday, and hope there's no more else. I don't want anybody getting assaulted or anything, but it seems pretty common. You guys support these people, so what can I do? I'm just a dude on the internet, getting yelled at by trolls every day. What can I do? I gotta fight people. I gotta fight these people off in real life. But shout out to our supporters, especially LO Snap. He be making. Honestly, if LO Snap wasn't here, bro, I probably ditched this shit. Without Mush and LO Snap and Carol, I'll probably ditch this shit. I'll be. See you guys later. I'll go make some soft voice videos, man. So that's it, man. I'll see you guys.